Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 10. We've been doing this for 10 sessions now. It's a homebrew campaign called Corvania, run and developed and imagined by our lovely Ilerv Kittens, the DM. And she's going to give you a rundown of what happened last session and kind of where the party has gotten, like what we have done to get us to where we are at today. So Kittens, why don't you take it away?
Alright, so you guys have made it back from the Underdark after finishing your quest, killing the Queen of Codenna. She is very much the, if you played Mass Effect, the Arya Talope character, kind of the face of Codenna. She tasked this group to go into the Underdark, kill her twin sister, and take the artifacts that she held. You did so, took all of those artifacts, and as you came back, you saw cities that were completely empty and green smoke coming out of them. There was a large crater, and as you were coming back, there were two cities that were like that. You made it into Codenna and learned that Esul, the dwarven city just on the other side of the continent, kind of sister cities, if you will, has not been heard from in 4 days. After hearing that, Torga, the warforged dwarf, decided to convince the party, we need to go to Esul, we need to help, and you guys hopped on your pirate ship, and that is where you're headed. You're headed to a dwarven city under siege. I think that was pretty much everything.
We all gonna die.
So, I mean, this travel takes a while, right? And we're going to be on the ship for several days.
I think we said 3 days.
3 days.
3 to 4 days. So yeah, so you guys have 3 to 4 days downtime before you get to Esul. So whatever you want to do in that time, whatever we need to role play, just let me know. Who wants to go first?
I will go first just because mine's real quick and easy. Over the next 3 days, Torga is very distant and keeps to herself and spends a lot of time drinking more than you've ever seen her drink. I mean, she's a dwarf, so some of you might think it's average. Maybe you don't know, but for her, she drinks more than normal. She is spending a lot of time like just in a corner by herself. I don't remember exactly if we have like dedicated rooms or not. But even if we don't, like, she just kind of spends time in a corner, like working on Aegis, tinkering on him, studying the black book that she's always just kind of like reading and leafing through. There are probably some awkward moments from time, like once in a while during the 3-day journey where like some of you maybe catch her crying and she just like doesn't, she like wipes her tears away and like, I'm not crying, like, and she's, you can tell she's not happy and not her normal self.
So sad. I'm going to cry.
Alright. So, as Torga kind of sits below deck, drinking a lot, who is next?
Well, at some point during our time on the ship, I think there's a few things Broderick would like to do. During any time he's not talking with anyone, he's going to be reading from his book, trying to learn how to make. But I'd like to think at one point during this time he notices Torga in a particular corner and kind of walks over and grabs a bottle of booze off the shelf and kind of like goes to hand it to her.
Aye, thank you. Would you like a drink?
No, I just handed. Yes, I would love a drink. I grab a glass and I'm assuming she already has a glass, so I just fill up her glass and then I grab another and fill one.
She's got that
my
fancy schmancy enchanted mug that always keeps her ale cold.
Ooh.
It's the one silver lining of her trip right now, I guess.
Torga, I don't, I'm not good with, emotions and talking through things like this, but as someone who has spent the vast majority of their life drinking to forget past experiences, it doesn't work. It doesn't make it feel better, but Cheers anyway.
Cheers. Blink. Down the hatch. I appreciate
All
it.
I can say is, every now and again you'll start thinking about it less and less, but the thoughts will always be there, and so will the booze. And I just kind of get up and walk away. And then at some other point, I go up to Rivette, probably when she's, behind the... I feel like we had this discussion before, like there's that big wheel, I guess, at the, the helm.
Yeah, up here.
I turn to her and say, did you ever think we'd be piloting a ship towards a city looking to help it and not pillage it or raid it? Kind of strange.
Honestly, can't say I have. It's an odd feeling, but it's not terrible.
Can't say I'm necessarily excited, but I think we might be sailing towards our deaths, for being honest.
Anywhere out on the water is sailing towards our deaths, Broderick. You know that.
Well, especially, but I don't know. I've just got a bad feeling. We came across 2 cities that were utterly demolished, and we're heading towards a third that might share its fate.
Or we change its fate.
I'll drink to that. And I'm assuming I still have that glass from earlier. So, Rivette.
All the sobs. All the sobs in chat.
I know we've had some time. You ever think you could forgive me for what I did?
No.
Fair enough. And I walk back down to my studies.
I almost just spit pizza everywhere. That was amazing.
Honey is going to take a lot more than just an apology to get her to forgive you.
And halfway down the stairs, I just kind of turn around and say, and I kind of pull out my fractured, broken hilt of a cutlass, and I just kind of ignite it real quick, and the shadowy blade forms, and I just go, let's just say I didn't leave that incident completely unscathed. I have no idea what the fuck this is, if we're being honest.
I don't think any of us made it out unscathed.
Suppose it's the price I have to pay, huh?
Yeah, and I don't think it's a big enough price.
All right. I walk away.
I walk away. Is that the end of Broderick's 3 days, or does he have anything else he'd like to do?
Like I said, I think I'm just reading from my book. I don't know how long it'll take to read, but just, I guess, trying to gain a proficiency in alchemy tools, I think we decided. Or did we want to do herbalism?
Let's do herbalism. And I say if you take most of the 3 days to finish I'd say about a week is what it'll take. So you're 3 days down, and you have 4 left.
Okay.
And that's like practicing what you learn in the book and everything. So, all right, who's next?
Well, Jimei isn't doing much. She's playing with Aran, with her ball of yarn that she still has, and it's getting in a pretty bad shape, so she might have to throw it away at some point. And just trying to not think about the water that surrounds them. Yeah.
Alright, who's after JK? Or Jimei?
So Thrick, he spends a lot of his time sort of like fishing and praying to his feather and just sort of like milling about. But I like to think that at some point during the 3 days, like Torga goes down below deck to try and get some privacy. She's like sitting on a crate, like crying for like a while. And after like an hour or so, Thrick like crawls out of the crate and like pats her on the shoulder and like puts down a small little bone effigy and just walks away. And like for the remainder of the trip, anytime Tor goes anywhere, she's like looking under things, making sure Thrick is not like sleeping there.
Yep. Makes sense to me.
Alright. All right, so we have Kree, Revette, and Kalaya. Who wants to go next?
I should go last.
Oh, what?
No, I should go last.
Okay, I'll go next because mine's real short. Revette's basically just going to spend the whole trip captaining the ship, making sure everything's running the way it's supposed to be, making sure they're on course. Every now and again, she's going to go check on Torga, make sure she's, eating something with all the drinks she's having, and just making sure she's not dead.
Okay. All right, what about Kree?
Kree's just basically doing the chores of the sailing that he's still learning, but in every interaction, he's just snapping at people, taking offense to things for no reason. He's just angry all the time, like he had a bad day, but for 3 days.
At some point, I like to think that maybe during a snap, maybe in one of the lighter snaps, knowing what she's going through, but Torga would be like, Kree, I just want you to know, if I didn't have fucking weak bones, we could go up to the top deck and relieve a little bit of stress by beating on each other. But you have quite a bit of advantage, and if I were to use Aegis, I would have quite a bit of an advantage, so there's not a whole lot we can do, but if I was a normal dwarf, buddy, it'd be on.
I'd smack around that robot of yours for a while.
We got a baby! Right? We're like we're the least stereotypical parents.
Yep, literally the least stereotypical.
Like,
All
we're
right,
the worst
so is
parents.
that
Did
everyone?
you no.
But Kalaya, of course. All right. So Kalaya, I know what you want to do. I'm assuming
Yep.
that's all you're doing for the next 3 days, correct?
Yep, I'm gonna be below deck, and I would like to do it.
If you set the ship on fire, I swear to God.
If it has anything to do with if it has anything to do with reading a book she told the rest of the crew she doesn't have anymore, I feel like she should roll a stealth check.
Yes.
She lied and said that she doesn't have the book anymore, so if she's gonna spend 3 days reading it, she needs to be stealthy about it, right?
Also, every one of us are quite suspicious of her
Yeah,
already.
super suspicious.
Yeah, so.
So you can't. I don't think.
Alright.
I was gonna say I'm just I'm not the DM, but I feel like this is this got to be some sort
Be
of
a good
role.
idea.
I don't think Kree would notice. He would be too distracted, whether she's reading or not.
Yeah, actually, yeah, same for Torga.
Jime and Aran would, maybe.
Curiosity's
Guys, it
gonna
doesn't
kill the
matter.
cat.
And
I rolled a stealth check, and I got a nat 20.
Okay,
Okay,
well, there you
well.
go. Wah, wah.
Wah, wah.
I don't have a book, guys. I don't know what you're
I don't know
talking
what
about.
you're talking about either. What book?
I am below deck by myself in a corner. I am dark and scary and broody, and probably no one is coming near me.
He's over there masturbating. Whatever.
Oh,
God damn it, not
boy.
my ship. Close the damn door at least.
I don't know how this happened, but I would like it
Nasty.
to have not happened, please.
Nasty.
Okay. It takes about 2 days to understand and finish the book. So you kind of at least have a basic
Cat butt.
understanding of the spell that's in the back.
Cat
Okay.
asshole
On the
on the
third
stream
day.
right now.
On the third day, it does take some material components, or you do have a spellcasting focus. So you take your focus and you sit it in the center, just in front of you of the ship, and you start drawing. And it's and you're easily you can take some salt and draw a circle in the dust, and some arcane sigils is in the spell.
Okay.
And you finish, and you start to, and you look around. There's no one below deck right now. It's a nice sunny day, and you start to chant. I need you to make an Arcana check.
This is so scary.
And the boat blows up.
If you summon a demon on my ship, I swear to God.
I'm so
She will
spooked.
pull this ship over.
That's a
Turning the ship around.
16.
Okay. This is a very powerful, very complex spell. And as you chant, you can't finish it. It goes around
Oh, thank God.
and it almost completes. And there's something missing. There's something wrong, and the spell itself cannot complete.
So nothing happens?
Nothing happens. The spell can't complete, and the magic you
So a pasty,
is
Ollie?
you don't
A
know what
pasty
went
right on
wrong.
his asshole?
You don't know.
Listen, buddy, we
didn't
gotta
learn
censor your
anything.
asshole
You
for
don't
Twitch.
think you did it wrong. It's just there's something missing from the spell, and you don't know
We
what
have
it
an
is.
assholes showing.
And
Well-
none of the arcane magic users felt that much power being used.
Oh, yeah, you did. And as we get in, as you feel the magic, you start to feel it's like the hairs on the back of like your feathers or your arms start to raise, and that would be Torga, Thrick, Brevet, Kree, I'd say Jamae and Broderick. Everyone would feel this. You all have some sort of connection to magic. And it's like the hair stands up on the back of your neck and your arms, and you're not sure why.
I will say Torga doesn't feel it, because her arcane stuff kind of comes from Magus. His core is arcane. So I'll just say for the sake of role-playing that Torga doesn't really... She's a little distracted anyway.
Do I look like a puffed up cat right now?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like your tail is twice the size it usually is. The hair on the back of your is all standing up. Yeah, you look like a puffed up cat.
I'm so confused. What is happening to me?
Do we just know that it's happening, or do we know like, oh hey, it's coming from below deck, or is it just, man, there's some bad mojo going on?
Yeah.
There's just some bad mojo going around, and as it comes to a height, as you guys are like, it's probably about not even a minute, probably 30 seconds of this. You're all standing around trying to figure out what's going on. It instantly dissipates.
This is so
like nothing
weird.
happened.
Kree just throws a crate across deck. Small crate. He's not that strong, but he's pretty strong.
Watch out for that. Great. Don't hit.
I would like to clean up my shit and put the book back so that no one can see it.
Okay. Clean up your shit. Put the book back where you've hidden it. And this is
Broderick's
about
just
cresting
stumbling
the
around.
almost.
Drunkenly below deck while this is happening, and he probably doesn't care because he's drunk.
Okay. This is probably about you guys end up going to sleep your final rest of the third day, and I need who would be keeping watch at the end of the third night.
I feel
Kree
like
can't
I would.
sleep.
I only need like 4 hours of sleep, and I can see well in the dark. So I imagine
Kree-
after I get my rest, I would just.
I feel like Aran wouldn't be sleeping as well. Because he is nervous by so many people being nervous on the ship. But she
I
may
would still be
So
reading.
but you're below ship, so it doesn't count. So Broderick, Kree, and Aran, I need perception checks from the three of you. Disadvantage for Kree and Aran.
Damn it.
And then Kree. Okay. So Kree. Broderick seems to be starting to hit his hangover, having stopped drinking for a minute to be able to keep watch. And you notice, as you're kind of sitting up in the crow's nest, there's flames in the distance. Just a light gold halo. Probably a couple miles off.
In the direction we're heading, like directly in front of our path.
Directly where you're going. You can probably guess this is either Esul or something is going on close to it.
And who else is on deck? Broderick and Aran.
Yep.
So I'd be like, do you see that? Just very angrily and like shaking my head that he had mentioned it already.
I mean, to be fair, that's... Oh, try not to look in any light that's too bright, but... Oh, fuck. Is that a stool?
Aran wakes up Jumei because people are talking, and Jumei is like, "What? Huh?"
Cree, should I
What's
wake
going
the
on?
others?
What's going on, guys?
I don't know. Are we proficient enough at sailing yet that I can tell how far away that is? If we even need to wake them up yet?
You can guess. You can see it, so it can't be that far away. Kind
I
of.
also have navigator's
maybe.
tools.
There you go. Broderick, you can probably guess you're about 5-6 miles away from Esul.
So we'd
not
be waking
far
people
away
up
at
because we're
all.
coming into port and we need to dock anyhow, right?
Yeah, you would have.
Yeah, so we'll
In
wake everyone up.
probably a couple miles, you would be able to see port.
Yeah, so we'll start waking people up for both reasons. To docking procedures and that the place is on fire.
No, Pa!
I
Oh,
barge.
what?
Yeah, I barge into Revette's quarters. Oh, Captain, my captain. Esul is on fire, and we're approaching it quickly.
Sorry, what? Did you fight? What? Hang on.
Cree
What?
walks past and goes,
The
Captain.
sun from the distance.
Fuck. All right, let's go. And she kind of stumbles out of bed and back onto the deck.
What's going on?
It would appear that Esul is on fire.
I get strapped in.
This is not good. This
After
is
a
not
couple
good.
minutes, you all get to the top deck, and you all see the small gold halo that is Esul. It's just before dawn at this point, so it's probably hitting about the 4:30 mark, maybe even a little bit later, closer to 5 a.m. And you can almost see that the light, it's not pitch black out anymore, it's just lighter. So as you get even closer, this time you're maybe a mile out from Esul. You see ships everywhere. The port is full of ships, and being a mile away, you can see the gold halo still, and just ships leaving port.
Fucking hell, we're too late. What the hell's going on?
Are those friendlies or enemies?
We'll find out shortly.
Yeah, what flags are they flying?
They do seem to be flying gray and blue flags in a symbol. And as you get closer, at this point you're probably about a half a mile out. They're on their mast, their sails. It's a gray and blue with a symbol that Torga recognizes as a symbol of Esul.
So do we have the right colors to flag them down to maybe transfer some information?
Wait, yeah, so they're all ships kind of like around Esul, but they're Esul's ships.
And they're
Yeah,
Some
fleeing,
of them
right?
are.
Yeah, are they fleeing? Or are they fighting?
The first one you see is pulling out of port, and it looks like they are fleeing. They're trying to get people on board and
shite.
away from the city.
I think we're too late. Those are Esul's ships.
The first ship actually starts coming towards you, and it's slow. You guys can kind of pull so that you're pretty close. If you want to try and flag them down.
Revette or Cree, someone flag them down. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, I'd use whatever procedure I know from the crow's nest to kind of let them know we wanted to talk.
Okay. Yeah, you flag them down easy enough, and they start to pull. As you pull next to them, the deck is full of dwarven people. Most of them have their hands kind of like freaking out over their faces since they have never seen the fucking sky. And they're kind of freaking out. There's just people everywhere. Like, this ship is as full as it can get, and people are crying, and there's kids, and the captain seems to be harried. And as you pull close enough to be able to kind of shout over from ship to ship, we're fleeing. Don't go near there. The Drow, the Illithid, the Durgar, they're all working together. You turn around. Esul is not the place to dock. I don't know. All I know is we're being attacked, and they're fucking winning. It is a full evacuation. Everyone that can. We're headed to Corvania.
Out of character, should we try and help get survivors out of there? What are we doing here?
I feel like, I mean, if there's an army attacking the city, we ain't doing anything to help. So the best thing we could do is to help ferry people back to Corvania, or
Hi.
There's too little of us to help fight an army.
Wait, we're gonna let strangers on the ship?
Yeah, I mean, we can fill up the boat with refugees.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a good idea.
Why not?
What, for us or for you?
Yeah, there's very different agendas going on here, apparently.
Yeah, I don't think a bunch of like citizens are gonna do any harm.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess if all of y'all are gonna let these people on the ship, there's nothing I can do about it.
I don't know.
I mean,
If you ask
all
me,
of
in
our
honesty, our best bet is to go right back to Corvania and update them on the situation. We might be the first news they hear.
all of our valuables are in the bag of holding, so if we take people on the ship, we don't have to worry about anyone stealing or anything.
I mean, we just have provisions on the ship. I mean, we can't really feed a lot of people, but
for the 3 days till we get there, I'm sure we can all go on sparse rations and get everyone at least alive.
Yeah.
Listen, 3 days ago, I didn't think I'd be saying this. But the entire reason I wanted to come back here was because this was my original home. And I was hoping to eventually use Aegis and, I don't know, heroic deeds or something, to eventually get my father's caste reinstated so we could move back to Esul and he could resume being one of the greatest blacksmiths in Dwarven kind. That's not possible anymore. So maybe this isn't our fight.
But I feel like we should at least do something.
There's plenty of ships taking plenty of people out of here. I honestly think our best use is getting back to Corvania ASAP and
For the
letting
first
them know what's
time,
going
I
on
agree
here.
with Broderick.
So Revette, are you still pulling into port at this point? Like, have you? Because you guys aren't setting anchor. You are still. If you're still moving towards the port, you're still moving towards the port, and at this point, you're probably close enough to see. And just specifically, Revette, now that you're focusing, is there are still people pouring out of the city. This is an evacuation that has just started. And you just see lines and lines. You don't see the end of these people.
They're not
And
going to have
Revette,
ships.
it would be wrong for us to leave without helping.
There's not enough ships for the amount of dwarves that are coming out of here.
Well, let's load up who we can. I mean,
Yeah,
we're
we
only
can
one
do
ship, so we can only take so many people.
And
But
we're
at
a
least
pretty
we're
small
taking
ship.
some people.
Yeah.
And Thrick, can't you cast that shrinkage thing? Could we fit more on if you did that?
Only on a few.
And it only
better than
lasts for
nothing.
it only lasts for a certain time. What happens when they go back to being regular size?
It's like 10 minutes.
Yeah, aye.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not leaving these people here to die.
Aye. Let's fill up the ship with what we can. And that's it. We can't do anything else. We can fill up the ship up to its maximum and then just, I guess, turn around and go back to Corvania. That's about it.
That's better
I
than
agree
nothing.
with that.
All right. So as you pull up
As we look on, does it look similar to like the other two cities after they had been attacked, or does this look like a completely different ordeal?
So let's flip to where I'm going to show you. So this time, the only difference is this is a city that's built into a mountain, and what you're seeing is there is a almost what looks to be a bridge, and then goes out into be a dock, and these people are filing out of this main doorway, and you notice there are cracks along the mountainside where pieces of mountain have fallen off, broke off parts of buildings and have fallen. And in these cracks, there is that what looks to be not a green smoke, but there's flames looking out with a black smoke coming across. And this place is on fire. This place is not looking good. As you pull up into port and drop anchor, there are thousands of dwarves, sitting on this dock.
So
and
how many people?
all the way in.
How many?
So
can
I
you
would
fit?
say you could fit. I say you could fit shoulder to shoulder 70 people.
So we take
That's
50.
a lot of people.
So we take 50 because we need a little
That is
room to
a
maneuver.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Torga will, when we eventually do this. Actually, I guess I can just roleplay this. I'm big and imposing, or Aegis is anyway. So I can stand at the neck, the bottleneck, onto the ship. And when we hit our maximum, someone let me know, and I don't take any pleasure in it, but I will make sure no one else gets on.
Yeah, and I'll assist up at the bottleneck, and if there's just regular fighting age males trying to fight their way in front of women and children, I won't let them on. I'm gonna be a bit of a bully.
So
Can I
who is
hide in
going
the
to
corner
count?
somewhere?
Who is going to count? Because Jimmy isn't that good at maths.
He seems stinky with numbers. You count.
Torga's smart,
Perfect.
right?
Fair enough.
Yeah, Torga is pretty intelligent.
All right.
Perfect
So-
down so you can keep fire code in the club and take care of all the trouble.
If there are any women carrying children, infants, they count as one. They do not count as two, they count as
Aye,
one.
aye.
The infant doesn't take up room.
Aye.
All right.
You guys
So,
are killing me.
as you pull up to the dock, and you take the large board that is how you kind of unload everyone, and you push it down. A few of the dwarves kind of look to you, and in their hurry, they don't question that a random ship pulled up. They need people out of here, and they immediately just start yelling and throwing their hands up, and more people surge forward. A lot of these are women and
Aye,
children.
women and children first.
Any dwarves that are to be back towards the door and standing trying to push people through. You do notice that there is a line of warrior dwarves that probably normally stood out here are actually battling, trying to get in, and you're not really sure why. So you start pushing people, or not really start pushing people, but you start slow down, take your time, and start bringing people onto the ship. You're, after about probably 10-15 minutes, you have about 40 people on, bringing people more, and a large explosion happens in the mountain. And part of the mountain actually starts to collapse, and rocks are falling off to the side into the ocean on the side. And it is absolute chaos, and more people are pushing forward, this time faster. And
I'm gonna
Torga,
cast.
I would
I'm
like
gonna
you to
cast
make a
enlarge
perception.
on. I'm gonna cast enlarge on both Torga and Kree, so that they are can better handle the situation.
And I'll cast Thaumaturgy on Torga at least, just so her voice carries better.
Okay.
All right. I think that's our
Torga,
sign to get out of here.
I will give you advantage on your perception check, because you do have Kree helping you.
14.
Okay, 14. As you're enlarged, you watch as a great black winged something streaks up out of the mountain and into the sky. And green
We need
smoke
to
starts
go.
rolling
We need to
out of the
go.
tool. At this point, you have 60 people, and you stop, and you're like, "I'm sorry," and you push, and you're pushing people back as you probably got 60, 65-ish, and you guys pull up
Alright,
the anchor
reel
as
it
fast
in.
as you can.
Let's go, let's go, let's
and
go.
you-
Kree will try and fly alongside as we're taking off to keep the room since he's so big right now.
Okay. Yeah, you and you go up into the sky and keeping
Women and children
low,
downstairs.
and you
The men, stay up here on deck to help.
All right, and you guys are setting sail away from the siege city of Kodena, or the siege city of Esul, and into the water again. And yeah, Broderick, there are, in these dwarves, a lot of them have never really seen the sky, and they're just gazing up, just lost. Like they have lost their culture and their home all in one spell swoop.
So
Don't
are,
Don't worry
are
about
they,
it. You get used to the sun eventually.
are they scared of Arana?
They seem to be kind of shocked at this point. There's really no fear. It's mostly just staring up at the sky and kind of
so
like
they
a
didn't notice.
shell shock type.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
then-
sure what we just experienced with these people trumps a black cat, a large black cat, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
They just watched their home explode and some sort of winged
That's true.
creature came out of it. I think
Yeah.
a kitty cat's the least of their worries.
Yeah, they're not too worried at this
Yeah.
point.
Roderick's rushing to the rigging to get the ship turned around and out of here.
You and Revette mostly. It's just you two that are changing the sails and pushing your way out of port and into and back into the ocean. And you have several more ships. There's probably in total, I'd say, probably 40 ships.
So,
That's only
at some point, I get Broderick and Revette, and I pull them. I try and meet the two of them at the captain's wheel, and in a low voice.
Listen, things are a little bit right now.
And well, no, I mean eventually, you know, like once we're away from the danger and on our way steadily to Kodena, I pull the two of you to the wheel of the ship and I go, "This is a 3-day journey. We have 30 rations in our sack. How are we gonna feed these people?"
I have enough to lend stuff.
And I have 10, and we can all go on quarter, half rations for the days because it's an emergency situation.
Yeah, I have 10 rations.
I mean, here's the
I
thing.
have 13.
Food is tight, but we can survive on reduced rations like they're saying. Our biggest problem is going to be water. We can't drink this shit out in the sea. So that we will have to be very careful with. That's going to be our biggest problem.
Torga turns to Thrick and says, I've read that those that serve the gods sometimes can create water. Are you able to do that?
I don't know this spell. Sorry.
Aye?
We can juice the frogs. They come pretty freely.
Can you boil?
makes-
You can't boil salt water and make it not salty, right?
Not with
Yeah,
just
I
a
can.
normal pot and pan.
Not-
You
not-
distill it.
Okay.
you have to.
I was gonna say Torga would know that,
you'd
but
also
Beach does
have
not.
to-
Although, like, if
You'd
you
have to
were
be able to capture it as well.
Yeah,
And-
and make a little.
proficient brewer, it could probably do it, but it would still take checks
Mhm.
because it would take distilling, and that's pretty much the same idea.
Well, I guess we'll do what we can. Just for the sake of role playing, I'm gonna mark all of my rations off, including the 30 in the bag of holding. So.
Yep, same
You
here.
know,
I have 12.
Okay,
Ten.
I need to know the total amount of rations. So we have,
All right, 30 in the
hold
bag
on.
of holding,
so we have,
and I have 10, so
Okay,
40
30.
from me.
Okay.
24 for me.
How many?
Kree
Sorry.
has 12.
Okay, I had Revette's. Thrick, how many?
10 plus 3 vermin frogs.
Per day. So I
13
would
for
say
me.
I would put that 13. I would say that would put 3, 6, 9, 19 if it gets Harry. Okay. And that's everyone. So 30, 40.
How about Kalaya?
4.
Kalaya
Oh.
went down into
I
the
forgot about
ship.
her.
Yeah, she's like in a corner somewhere.
I completely forgot.
So in total, you guys have 108 rations. I will say, quarter rationing. You can definitely keep everyone alive with rations. With I would say you have that much in like wine skids and everything like rations. I will keeping it very light on. It's gonna be a rough 3 days, but you can keep everyone fed.
Yeah, and at some point I would have either Rivette or whoever can do thaumaturgy kind of allow me to. I feel like since I'm a dwarf, it's gonna be easiest if I convey information to the people. So from time to time, whatever. I'll have like one of the spellcasters cast thaumaturgy on me so I can speak loudly and let everybody know, it's going to be a couple of rough days, but we do have rations. We're going to have to use them sparingly so that we can all survive to make the trip to Cadena, blah, blah, blah.
We won't starve, but we'll be hungry.
Yes.
Yeah, I also have bait and fishing tackles, so we could fish.
And don't you have like an endless... Sorry, don't you have an endless supply of rats that we could cook?
3 per day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I could I have fishing tackles, so we could have like a endless rotation of people fishing too.
I have a net. I don't know if it's exactly a fishing net, but I have a net. We can maybe try and use that as well.
All right. So you guys.
When Broderick's not helping with the steering of the ship, he's also just kind of going around all the different people, just kind of trying to get an idea of the story of what happened. When did it start? When did they start, or when did they successfully breach the defenses? Just how many of them were there? Just trying to get a story of what happened.
So I have a question.
What's up?
What does forage mean? Forage.
Forage. That would be like if you were in the woods. You would be able to go into the woods and find food.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you're
So-
not in the woods.
so
But
it
I would
doesn't
say
work
with
here.
the forage, feature, you know how to fish, and you can very much help Torga use the net and Thrick use
Yeah.
his bait,
So
and
I
be
have-
able to help fishing. So
I have
pretty.
the natural explorer, which says that when you forage, you find twice as much as food as you normally would.
Yeah. So you guys, especially with Jamay's help, you guys keep everyone alive. And
I'm
okay.
a hunter, and maybe I can help. I don't know, water.
Yeah, shoot some fish from up above. All right, Broderick. As you're going around and talking to people, reassuring some people, being your normal charismatic self, a lot of them are kind of weary of you. But after talking, below deck, you eventually find an old man. His face is torn and bloody, and if anyone has any sort of healing capability, you guys would be going around and helping them, because a lot of these people are hurt. You kind of
I
stop.
will do that as well.
Okay.
And I will.
All right, you Broderick, you stop and help this older man, and talk to him, and kind of ask him what's going on, and he kind of has a far off look in his eye. They came like demons from underneath. I shouldn't have been down there. I was scrounging close to the Underdark for food and whatever I could get. Some mushrooms. Castless. It's hard to survive down there. And
I just point to my skin and I say, You're telling me about it.
I heard them first. And I ran to the doors and started screaming. The warriors opened them up, and as they did, that's when the drow descended first. These warriors, their long black blades cut down the warriors fast as I ran faster than I ever have in my life, and I was screaming. And everyone was just looking at me. And then the Illithid came, and they just started eating and eating. But the worst part, they were afraid too. They were running. They were behind all of the dwarves in that mountain. And then I heard them screaming. Hearing an Illithid scream, it's not something you could ever replicate, could ever think about. And that black beast came, and I was one of the first ones out. And I was trying to warn people, and they just wouldn't listen. I was a crazy old man.
So you're telling me that the drow, the Illithid, the Duragar, they weren't directly attacking the city, they were running from something that was attacking them?
They were frightened. I've never seen an Illithid before. I've heard of them, but I've never seen a drow frightened like that. I don't know what could do it. Some of your brethren are some mighty fucking evil creatures, you know.
Well, let's just say I don't like to think of them as brethren. I ran away from them long ago, but again, I'm trying to get this straight. You're saying this black beast was not working with them, but was actively fighting them, killing them, just like they were your own kind, just like it was your own kind.
I don't know about killing. All I caught was a glimpse, but I saw them, they were scared. I don't know what this fucking thing is. But if it can scare fucking mind flayers, I don't want to be anywhere near it. I have a bad feeling about what's going on.
Dark times, indeed. Fuck. At some point, I relay that to the group. I kind of call a house meeting, if you will, and tell everyone at the same time.
Wait, where?
I mean, I'm assuming I kind of go around and get everybody to come above deck, and maybe in Revette's quarters we would have this meeting.
Ah, yeah, right.
Revette's quarters could potentially be
So
filled
Kalaya
with
is
people.
saying.
I feel like
Oh, yeah. I am not happy about what is happening.
Oh god.
So the too long didn't read of all of this sounds like these dark creatures of the Underdark weren't actively invading; they were fleeing. And I think that beast we saw as we were leaving is the real threat here.
But the creature flies. So what? How does that explain?
Dragons don't live underground.
I mean, we don't
I haven't heard
necessarily
any
know
tales
it's a dragon.
Well, living in the Underdark, have I ever heard tales of a Underdark dragon of any kind?
Under dragon.
Make a history check.
11.
You've never heard of any dragon, but this didn't really look like a dragon. Like, you guys, you know what a dragon looks like. You've either read stories or heard tales, and it wasn't a dragon. You don't know what it was, but it definitely wasn't a dragon.
So, do we think this thing actually was underground? Because I don't know. I mean, it's flying, aye? So, like, it chased them through the whole Underdark and killed those other two cities that we found.
I mean, seems like what the evidence is pointing towards. This is what the old man told me anyway, for what his story was worth.
Well, I'm not really sure there's much we can do about it now, but we bring it to the attention of Codena.
I can't believe Codena is going to be the new home center of all dwarven kind. It's kind of funny, actually.
Provided this thing doesn't get to it first.
Roderick.
True.
I don't want to jinx it, but they were already there. If they wanted to kill Codena, they could have done it. They have instead moved on to Esul, and it's resurfaced. They came up to the surface. I don't think they're going to be turning around and going back down.
I mean, I'm going out on a limb here, but do we think there's a chance that they thought the beast would just go to Codena and take care of shit in Codena? So they went to Esul thinking they could escape it? That Codena would be easy pickings?
Don't know.
But it didn't go to Codena. It went after them instead.
Oh, I don't.
What do they have that it's going after then?
Do we think it's tied to that book?
It'd be sure nice if we had it.
True.
But we took... But it left the book in the city. If it wanted the book, it could have taken it then.
That's a good point.
Well, we thought Kalaya took it, but...
What?
We thought that Kalaya took it, but she didn't, so...
No, other way around. She has it. She told us she doesn't. So we think she left it, but she's got it out here on the ship. Out of character.
We found that city already decimated, and the book was still there.
Yeah,
and when we started to make camp, we thought that Kalaya had taken the book with her, and then we asked where the book was, and she said she didn't have it. She didn't take it.
Thrick makes a good point. The city where we found the book in was already destroyed, and the book was just sitting there. So I don't know if it would be after the book, unless it just doesn't pay attention and missed it.
If something's willing to go to destroy 3 cities to find a book, I think it would pay attention to where it was.
Great. So maybe it's not looking for the book.
Could the cities have something in common? Could it...
Do the cities have something in common, kittens? Other than being dwarven cities? Would I know this?
You mean between the 3? So, they actually.
Well, I guess technically they weren't all dwarven.
Exactly. Esul was a dwarven city.
Yeah.
The first city you came across was actually an Illithid city, and the second came across was originally a Drow city. It looks like the Drow were pushed from their city, so they attacked the Illithid city. The Illithid got pushed out, the Drow moved in. Well, the thing came after all of them when the Illithid tried to push back, forcing all of them that survived to be pushed to Esul, and then it continued and followed them all to Esul. But you're right, with the book, you guys thought that it was originally summoned in the Drow city.
I don't know.
Or no, I don't think you guys did know that. Or you thought, I don't remember. I don't remember what you guys thought, but Kalaya, you know that it was probably originally summoned in the Drow city.
Do I know that it was already summoned?
You can guess. It's a summoning ritual. You know it's a summoning ritual.
And I know it didn't work.
You can guess.
Oh shit, you were doing... Oh god, no. Thank god it was already summoned.
Well, I don't know if that's a thank God, JK, but sure.
I mean, I wouldn't want it to be summoned on our ship.
Yeah, the boat would explode, we'd be in the water trying to fight it, it'd kill us all, and it would be over.
So, I think it's better that it's already summoned.
Ariana's trying to stop this campaign. Confirmed.
Hey!
If you're...
It's hard
you're
to
asking
play
me,
this character.
If you're asking me, I say we drop these people off in Codena, and we go somewhere far away from all of this, because we're not going to be able to stop it ourselves. It'll take people way above our pay grades.
Aye.
I think we get away from Corvania. I think we go somewhere else and make a life for ourselves there.
I mean, up until 3 days ago, or however many days it's been on the way back now, up until a week ago, I would have disagreed with you. There's not really nothing left for me except to visit my mom in Corvania. That's about it.
And if you want to get her out of there, there's plenty of room on the ship for her. Just saying.
Right. She's not in good health. I don't even know who's taking care of her. We don't have to talk about this now, but
probably about the end of the second day. I'm assuming, are you guys doing patrols of some sort, or how are you keeping 70 people on a not so big ship calm? Like, how are you guys doing this?
Revette's not sleeping, so she's constantly awake, keeping an eye on things. I know she's gonna get exhaustion points, but Homegirl is not sleeping.
At the end of
Janae is also
every day.
awake.
Okay, so whoever's staying awake at the end of every day of not sleeping, you need to take 1 point of exhaustion. You can look up
How does this
exhaustion in
work?
the compendium. Just look up exhaustion in the compendium. Every point of exhaustion, you get different things. So, like, the first point of exhaustion, you have disadvantage on all ability checks. The second point of exhaustion, your speed's halved. The third, it's like, I think you can get
And I
5
think-
points before you die.
You get 5, and then
And I
on
think they do
point-
compound.
Yeah,
do.
they
If you have, they do stack. Yes.
Kree's gonna stay up to 2 days. He'll stay up in the crow's nest most of the time and yell at people like a cranky lifeguard, and if they're trying to be doing something stupid.
Jimei will probably...
Make an intimidation check.
And I just cast Thaumaturgy to make his voice louder.
Make an intimidation check with advantage.
Uh, 18 plus something, but somehow my app's not working very well.
Okay, so a lot.
20 total.
Kree, 20 total. As you're shouting from the top of the crow's nest, you see what looks to be a teenage dwarf, maybe male, seems to be yelling at someone else, and they seem to be arguing. But as you shout above, they stop, look up, and kind of go their separate ways.
And
Before
stay
they
separate.
Turn into something more. Yeah, exactly. Jamae, what were you saying?
Jimei will probably stay up and take like guard stuff and all that for 1 day, but then she will fall asleep because she can't stay up.
Okay.
I'm gonna give Torga a point of exhaustion, with the idea being that she's sleeping really irregular hours. She is trying to get sleep when she can, but it's very irregular and maybe not as much as normal, so...
Okay.
Yeah, Kree's gonna have to pull 2 points, right? Because it's 3 days, so 2 nights travel.
Yep. 3 days,
So-
2 nights travel.
How the exhaustion levels can be removed?
By sleeping a full night's rest.
Long rest.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Is it possible to get a long rest by getting like several like short rests throughout the day, or does it have to be continuous?
It has to be continuous. It's like if you're sleeping like 3 hours at a time, yeah, it helps. The short rests help, but it's not really a full 8
You
hours.
that
of
REM
sleep.
dog.
You need that REM. And Revette, I actually need you to make your ship handling check.
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
You might have proficiency in water vehicles.
Asks
I mean,
the...
I do.
Yeah,
What attribute do you want it in?
I will say, let's do dexterity for this one.
8.
Shit.
Okay, she's exhausted. She's been up for like 2 days. She's tired.
You're supposed to be
As-
the Capitan!
I was gonna
As you're standing,
I was gonna say that the DM asks the captain of our ship to make a ship handling check, and she goes, "Oh fuck, that's not good."
Wait, no, she is proficient.
been up
She is
for 2 days.
proficient. She's just exhausted. She's got disadvantage on ability checks.
wait, is that a natural? Is that a natural 1 I see?
No.
What? No.
No, that's just all the
Okay,
modifiers,
okay,
like 1
okay.
for dexterity, 2
I
for the
gotcha.
proficiency.
You shut up on that nat 1 thing, kid.
I understand. Okay.
Trying to
Rebecca,
make this
you
even
have been,
worse.
yeah, you have been pushing the ship to its limits, and it's trying. In the journey was 3 days, almost 4. You know that pushing 3 days is going to be hard on the ship, but you can do it. So you tighten the sails, and you are making time that you did not expect. The wind's been in your favor so far until you hear a rip.
Oh,
One
fuck
of the
me.
sails
That's not
is
good.
starting to rip. It has not ripped yet, but it's starting to happen. So, it's one of those things that I rolled and it happened. I need you guys to either kind of come up with a way to fix it, or the sail will eventually rip. You have made good time so far, and this is probably the middle of the second day. If you continue on your pace, you will get there by the end of, or by the kind of middle to the end of the third. But that sail might stop you. So
A rope and a rapier, and we'll sew it.
Alright, do any of you spellcasters know, I read it in the book once. There's like a fixing. Can you fix things? With the spell?
I can't do that.
Mending?
Aye, that's it. Can anyone cast mending?
Ridiculously no.
Aye. Alright, well,
Alright,
Cree, you
so-
can fly. Are you sewing the sail in air?
Yeah, even though I can fly, I'd rather take the sail down for an hour to sew it and then put it back up, as opposed to doing it while it's billowing.
Fair enough.
Here,
Right.
I've got some silk rope that might do a little bit better job anyway.
No, if you need more, I've got some.
Alright, so you guys stop for a little bit, kind of loosen the sails, get the one, and it's not the largest sail, but it's one of the main sails that lets you push as fast as you have been, and you kind of take it down. Who is fixing this and who is helping?
I'm a tinkerer. I feel like this is semi-close to being tinkering.
Alright, yeah.
So I will...
And then
Okay.
Should I be the one to lead this, guys?
I feel like Broderick or I should.
I would say yes.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Someone's
I
echo is on
can't-
another level.
Yeah.
If you're listening to the stream in the
Yeah,
background, maybe turn it down or something. Wow. That was intense.
That was interesting.
Okay.
I
can
came up with
help.
the idea.
Well,
can feel
yeah,
like a
without
helper.
metagaming too much, does it seem like one of those things that would require deft hands? Or would it require, you know...
It would probably be more dexterity based, that is true.
Then I will assist.
But there are different things that could help with proficiency in this. You just have to convince me you have proficiency in it.
Anyone sew armor
Well-
or clothing or anything?
I mean, depending on how you want to do it, I do have proficiency with boats.
I make traps. Maybe. Did I make traps?
I don't know if
Alright,
you make traps.
Roderick, maybe you
like
should do
Broderick
it.
or I should be able to get proficiency just because we've been on boats so much.
Aye.
I would say yeah.
And
if
I can
either
assist.
Broderick or that.
Yeah, Torga, tell me where to sew and I'll sew.
Okay. So I will give Broderick your ship handling check with advantage because Torga's helping you.
24.
24. Easy enough with Torga helping you. Kree hands you some of his really sharp blades. You guys go through. Actually, Jamae actually hands you one of her finely crafted arrows. You tie some of the silk rope onto it, and the arrow goes through super nice. Very much all working together, trying to get the sail fixed, and it's patched at best. It's patched well, but it is patched, and it's something you guys will need to get replaced. But you hoist it back up, and it will probably get you to Codella. So you put it back up and start sailing again.
I
Are you
actually
still
go
going
up
at
to
the
Revette.
same-
Do I get
Yeah,
my
I go
arrow
up to
back?
Revette.
Yeah, you get your arrow back.
Thank
Okay, Broderick, you go up to Revette.
Revette, you've been pushing yourself too hard. You know, I'm just as capable at helming the ship as you are. Let me
It's
take it this
fine.
one time,
I'm
and
fine.
it'll be yours. You're not fine. You're bent over the fucking wheel.
We have one day. I can stand at a wheel for one day. It's fine.
You haven't slept in 48 hours. Just take a nap. It'll be here when you're done.
And as she's arguing her case, she's like struggling to keep her eyes open and constantly yawning.
Revette, just go to sleep. The ship will be here when you're awake.
It wasn't last time.
Well, you weren't sleeping when that happened. That is, we were all awake, to be fair.
The ship still went away. It wasn't a good time.
Just go to sleep. We've got plenty of people here to make sure it stays in one piece.
You're not my real dad. You can't tell me what to do.
Torga kind of joins
But
the
he is your
scene.
fake dad, so he kind of can.
You're not my
Who's your
supervisor.
daddy?
Tor-
I'm the captain. You're not the supervisor.
Torga joins this scenario and kind of tries to usher Revette down to the. Come on, let's go. Oh, I know. No, you're fine.
I'm fine. Just stop it.
And if she starts to like fall asleep while we're walking, like Aegis will pick her up and carry her like a baby.
Like, yeah, she does. And 2 steps in, she's like gone. She is completely out.
When Torga comes back up, Torga, what's our ration situation looking like? Can we afford another half day's worth of travel, or do we need to get on it?
I think we'll be all right. I mean, keeping our current eating patterns. I think we'll be fine. To get there on schedule. Are you trying to deviate from our course?
Well,
Or you
all
just
I'm
mean the
saying is
sail?
if that sail rips, we're dead in the
Well,
water,
if
literally.
If the sail rips.
So if it takes us another half day to get there,
Aye.
but in one piece,
Well,
if we have the rations to do it, it's what I'd prefer. But
I
It'd be
don't
cut
know.
it close.
Aye.
An extra, you could probably squeeze out another extra half day, but it would be close.
I say we
and I'm
try to make it
assuming
on
we
time.
can all go without a little bit of food for a day. You want to try and make it on time?
I say we try to make it on time, just because it's. If we extend it on purpose, the food's gonna be close.
And that would be food and water would be close.
Okay.
Well, let's just
Alright.
keep doing what we're doing.
Same
and
piece
if
it is then.
If the situation goes downhill, then I guess we'll accommodate for it.
All right, Torga, I'm gonna need you to hold on to that rope, and
Aye.
when I say pull, you pull, right?
Aye.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna go on the same pace.
All right. All right. So, while Revette's sleeping, another 8 hours pass. You guys are at the kind of midnight of the next day. You probably have all of the third day to go. Or actually, no, you have half of the third day to go. It seems like you guys make it without issue. Everyone's fed, and you start to see ships in the distance. Codena's shipping lanes back and forth, and actually, instead of mostly heading out, they seem to be a lot of ships coming towards you, heading towards Esul. As you were going, it's a lot of ships that are empty, headed towards Esul. It seems that any ships that left just before you, or if any magic users were able to send word, they have. And seems like dwarves stick together, and they are sending ships to go and try and save more people. So, it's about the middle of the third day, and you guys easily notice that the dock is in sight, and that you could dock at Codena.
Time to push our eyes.
Land ho!
All right, you hear? Everybody off! Off! Everybody off!
Let us dock first, Kree. Don't make them swim.
I'm not gonna make them swim, but get going. Pack your bags.
They didn't have
Yep.
anything.
You
Probably.
No, they really didn't. They had the clothes on their back, but they did make do with like shawls and whatever they had. You guys dock into port and put the large.
There's at least one dwarf mom with a picture book, with the photo album.
Yeah, at least one. As the large kind of board that you guys push down, almost like a, I don't know what it's called. You know what I'm talking about though?
Gangway.
It's like a
thing.
bridge.
Blank?
Yeah.
Yeah, gangway, plank, all of those.
Gangway, yeah, all of those work. You push it down, and people this time a lot more slowly start filing off. The ship stinks. By the way, this has been a nasty 3 days of. Yeah, it does not smell good. Eventually, you do get everyone off the ship, and it seems like there are different higher-ups coming out and meeting the people and ushering them into Codena. So yeah, you did a good thing. Good job, guys.
Kree sleep until the next morning. And that's all the Kree is doing till the next morning.
I go to the dock
on the
master. I don't have his name right now, but
yeah, you go to the dockmaster. Easy enough to find him. He seems to be busy. He's like, yeah, get out of here, go, and sending ships off and taking people in and taking ships in and people, and his ledger that he usually has is fucking gone. It is kind of emergency mode at this point.
alright. I know things are going 100 miles an hour right now, but when things cool down a little bit, I'd like to requisition a new sail for the Crimson Fortune.
You bringing people back from Esul?
We did. We had a whole boatload full of people. 60, I believe, was our count. And sail almost stripped on the way back, but it's in one piece.
Understood. Emergency boat supplies that way, and you do look and see that is one of the things. They seem to be repairing as many ships as possible, which includes torn sails. You might be able to find one that might fit or be close to the one that you have ripped.
Okay, I'd like to find one.
Okay, make an investigation check for me.
That's a fat 2.
You don't find one that's exact fit, and you're not really happy with any of the others. You'd much rather just requisition one when everything dies down.
Alright.
Alright, so are you guys sleeping on the ship? Are you finding an inn? Are you finding food? Because you all are starving.
Kree sleeps on the ship, but when he wakes up, he finds some kind of food.
Alright.
Jimmy is
Everyone
He's finding food and for herself and Aran.
Would we be able? Could I look around for more supplies for this ship, so that when we eventually leave, we have food on the ship?
Okay, yeah. Thrick, make an investigation check. it's easy enough to find food. It seems like a lot of the people of Codena, they might be smugglers and assholes, but they're not that sort of assholes. They're cooking and bringing out food for all of the people who've been kind of pushed from Esul, and it seems like a place kind of coming together.
Okay, I rolled a 7.
You do end up, it's not too hard as long as you didn't roll a natural one. You do find a place that does sell rations. They're pretty pricier than normal. I would say, what are rations normally?
Cool. At least plus 10 for Cree for whatever you were getting before that.
Ration is 5 silver per day.
Alright, so 5 silver per day. So I'd say it's about, you find 7 silver per day. It's one of those assholes that seems to be upping the price. So yeah. So however many you want to buy, take that money off.
Okay,
So-
and I'm assuming I'll give you gold to get, let's say 17 rations for me.
Yeah, Cree will take 10.
So if I find a place where I can buy food for Aran, like some meat or
Yeah.
raw meat?
You eventually find a place, and they are taking food or money for food, and you find what seems to be a butcher, easy enough, and it's gonna be depending on how much you want.
I mean, to get him full, so maybe like
Okay.
really big piece of meat, or many.
So I'd say about 5 silver pieces for him to be nice and full.
Okay, and then I find my own food somewhere and pay it as well.
And I guess go Beach.
Kittens, do I know how far my mother lives from the docks and from wherever it is that we are? I mean, I guess I
she
assume I
lives
would know, so I guess I'm just asking how far.
Yeah. It'd probably be about a 20-minute walk. She lives on the first floor, so not too far from you guys.
Shit. All right, go ahead. Slope, that was all I had.
Oh, all right. Briar could do the following things. Just along the dockside, he's going to find a guy selling oranges and buy a bag of oranges.
Okay. I'd say 3 silver pieces for the oranges.
Okay. And then I'm going to go to a tavern, and if it's not too busy, I'm going to request... I want to get like a fried chicken dinner for everyone. You know, like KFC style. Like I'm going to get a bucket of chicken, you know, some
Okay.
biscuits,
Okay.
some potatoes. Like I'm going to get
The
a fried
16
chicken
piece.
dinner for everyone. Because
I have
we
never
earned it.
had KFC.
What the fuck?
I live in
wedges.
Finland. There is no
It's
KFC here.
like literally just fried chicken. It's awesome.
Yeah, if you had fried chicken, now just picture it
No.
made by fast food and a little shittier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not had
That
fried
sums
chicken.
it up.
Yeah,
You've never
have
had fried
KFC?
You've never had
Yeah.
fried chicken?
No.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Wow.
All the American
imagine
food.
chicken,
We're so
but
JK,
amazing.
You're killing us.
I need to visit America sometime.
Like,
Don't
it is
visit
so
America to go to KFC.
Canada. Come to Canada. It's better. It's the same thing, but better.
And Canada's not better. I'm sorry, Minnie. It's
Not
just really not.
At least Donald
Again,
Trump
only
is
one of
not-
our
Thank
countries
you
has
so
a
much,
flag out
dude,
of
for the
Finland. I
14
don't
months
Mini
think
around.
does there.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
That
you're
wasn't
not
the
wrong.
president's
Okay.
thing.
Yeah,
So,
boy.
Broderick, I'd say for 2 gold pieces, you could get basically a buffet of food for everybody. And it's packed in like boxes and baskets, and there's chicken and mashed potatoes and corn and gravy and all of the stuff you could ever want for a buffet from
Getting really hungry
KFC.
now.
I'll throw
Yeah, I
I'll throw
know.
in an extra 2
Yeah.
gold to have them deliver it for us.
Okay, you say to deliver it to the ship, and one of the older ladies that's cooking, yes, absolutely, sir, not a problem. And they kind of pack it all up and take it to the ship. Eventually, a couple minutes, probably about 20 minutes later, you guys on the ship, they start bringing up a couple boxes of food.
Chef
and it's
Eston!
fantastic.
Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Anyone
Oh my
coming over
God,
from
this is
Queen
amazing.
wakes
channel?
up, eats a plate, goes right back to sleep.
Nordox, thank you for the sub.
There you go.
I feel like we went through some hell.
All right.
Welcome to our homebrew campaign.
Thank you.
We're about an hour and a
Jimmy
half in
eats
to
and
this
then
session.
Let's Aran eat the rest of her plate and goes to sleep.
That was very kind of you, Broderick.
Alright.
Thank you, Thoric.
Rivette, as you
Thanks.
kind of go through,
Thanks, Nordoc, for the
Um,
sub.
you
Again,
guys were
I appreciate
trying
that.
your
Thank
best
you,
to be able to keep
Snake, for bringing him
everything
around.
as clean as possible.
Okay, I'm
but
gonna shut up now so you guys can hear the story.
nasty. Like it's on here, and yeah, it's kind of nasty. It's gonna take some pretty heavy cleaning to get it back in order, but you start getting some of the
thanks for the
refuse out, like some
follow.
of the kind of the garbage or the half-eaten food or stuff that rolled away under people's feet that they couldn't get, stuff like that. You eventually kind of help clean it out.
Hey, so
Is there or have they like instituted any kind of like time limit for us being in the docks?
Well, not really, because these docks are fucking empty at this moment.
Okay. I figured that
they-
the ships would be coming back and ferrying stuff. I didn't know if they if we had a time limit.
Well,
if we're not.
It seems like people are coming in, dropping people off, and heading back out. So the docks are fairly empty. They're busy, but there's not a lot of ships that are docked like you guys.
So are we staying on the ship? Fuck. So are we staying on the ship, or did we get the room? I'm sorry, I've kind of been a little distracted.
Kree just passed out on the ship. He might not. He might just be on the deck right now with a plate on his stomach.
So we didn't
Jimmy
purchase
is
rooms?
also asleep.
Frick would
I
spend
think we'll just
time.
sleep on the ship tonight.
Yeah, Frick would spend any time that he had, any free time he has, like healing the people that are coming back, being dropped off. Whatever magic. He
I'm sorry, what was that?
Rick
What
would
was that
spend his free
oh, you're
time
helping the people getting dropped off.
Pecos Bill.
healing. Yeah, healing.
I like your
people.
name, by the way. It took me a second to
Okay,
realize what it was.
yeah.
Thank you for the
there,
follow, dude. I appreciate it.
It seems like
Peace
some
out,
of
Snake.
the
Thank you so much for the
bravely
support and
wounded
bringing new
people
people in, man. I
did
appreciate
not
it a
make
lot,
the
dude.
trip.
Thank you so much.
But there are some people that have slightly lighter injuries that you're worried about infection, like people, and you kind of triage like healing people that definitely need it first. And it you use all of your spell slots if that's what you're gonna do.
Yep.
It is rough. You do have your spare the dying. Do you have a spare the dying cantrip?
I don't believe I have that one. No, I don't.
Okay.
Pecos, we've been at this for
Okay.
about a year now, but
Yeah,
this
it'd be-
campaign's only 10 episodes in.
Spending on my sword points as well. Like
So we
double
just-
casting
we just
spells and all
started
that
this
stuff, so I just
campaign-
spend all of it healing
I mean,
whenever
we've missed a
can.
couple of weeks, so probably like
Okay.
2 months ago.
All right.
But, so I mean, if we're all just gonna sleep here on the ship, I'm gonna go to my mother's. I'm gonna go see if she's okay. You know, we kind of left in a hurry, and I didn't. I need to check in on her. Are you guys okay without me for a night?
Yes.
Do you
That's
need
okay.
someone to go with you?
I think I'll be okay.
Hey, you're going to take care of yourself, and I'm going somewhere else to take care of myself too, so don't worry about it.
Oh, well, what's the plan for tomorrow?
Meet back
Figure that
I
out
here.
think
tomorrow.
after everyone's woken up.
But I mean, I've got to meet you somewhere, right? What are we doing?
The
Come back to
ship.
the ship. Figure it out tomorrow.
Aye. All right. Well, I guess I will see you tomorrow. And she kind of nervously turns and walks in the direction of her mom's house.
All right. So the rest of you kind of relaxed on the ship, eating, taking much needed rests. Torga, as you walk through the streets of Codena,
Before you start with that, I wanted to ask: is chicken bones like dangerous to be fed to an animal?
I don't know.
No.
Cooked
Reve-
chicken,
I
no,
don't, I
Revette?
don't feed.
cooked chicken bones splinter and they can harm dogs at least.
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
it's technically not. I mean, but it is a panther, and panthers do eat.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a wild animal. It's not like a house cat. It would know what it's doing.
Yeah,
I
okay,
mean,
I
I
think
had
it's
to
pretty
be
sure.
I had to be sure because I don't want to kill my panther.
No, you're good.
Yay!
You're good.
And
Well, you
how
have
much
that
exhaustion do I
party,
get rid of?
guys?
I think you recover full exhaustion, right?
I hope so.
Long rest
That was my
recovers
plan on the
exhaustion.
trip. I was
No, I
gonna
think
just crash long enough.
It's 1 point per long rest, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
And we got in like early in the day, so I could sleep till like the next morning and get 2 long rests in.
Yeah. Pekka,
16 hours.
he's a what are they called? A lizard
so-
lizard folk?
I
I don't know
need
what time exactly we got in.
Not a dragonborn. He's a
I mean, no one
a
will wake
lizard
you
folk.
up, so you could sleep as long as you want.
Yeah, I mean, if we got in at like 4 p.m., I'd crash and I'd wake up at 8 in the morning and I'd be fine.
Okay. Yeah, it does not specifically say in the long rest portion. I'll hit dice. Probably be under exhaustion. Anyway,
I'm not looking forward to this. I just want you all to know before I
all
go through
right,
this.
Finish
so-
long rest
I'm not looking forward to
creature's
this.
exhaustion by 1.
okay. All right. So are we moving? Is everyone good?
Yep, Kree's sleeping through, and now on to the people that are awake.
All right, Torga. As you walk through the streets, it's pretty much a lot of chaos, but it's, you know, the dwarves, and you know that they're have a very strong sense of culture and community, and there's a lot of dwarves in Codena that seem to be helping out the dwarves of Esul, and the extra population does make it very crowded, but there seems to be food being made. There's still the assholes that are obviously hawking stuff for way more than it could be. But you kind of walk past all of this to the home that you've seen countless times before. A little more rundown than it used to be. There's a lot more people in front of it than you're used to. Part of the roof looks like it's about to collapse, but it's been patched up fairly well. The door is closed, the windows are shuttered, and you're just standing in front of the door.
Alright, Aegis, well, let's go see how she is. We'll walk up to the door and knock on it.
Okay. As you knock on the door, you hear a softer female voice. Just a moment. Not your mother's voice. As the door opens, and there is probably about a 10-year-old dwarven girl. Hair an absolute ratty mess. She seems to be missing one arm, like her right arm had been almost completely cut off, sewn together, and healed. She looks to be rough, but it's kind of staring up at you, kind of eyes.
Do I recognize her?
You do not recognize her at all.
Well, hello there. What is your name?
My name is Nora. That did not come out the right accent I wanted.
Go ahead.
Uh,
Redo.
my name is Nora. I can't get the. Hold on.
No
We
worries.
believe in you.
Okay.
Aye.
My name is Nora. I live here.
Oh, I see. Well, my name's Torga, and I used to live here. I have been gone for a while.
At the name Targa, her eyes go wide. You're Targa?
Aye.
Oh, come on. And she grabs Aegis's hand. The only way that kids can be completely fearless.
And we don't move.
Grabs Aegis, and you don't move. And she's like,
Aye, sorry, he's quite heavy. Okay, here, I'll come with you.
okay. And you move, and she kind of tries to drag,
Yeah,
but it's
that's
more
what I
like
meant by we don't move.
You're setting.
She tugs on a 200
you're-
plus pound, 200, almost 300 plus pound
Yeah.
machine.
Yeah. And you guys kind of move forward. And the house is relatively taken care of. There seems to be a bundle of blankets in what looks to be almost like a soft mattress-like bed with your mom, and she seems to be sleeping.
Aye? Oh,
And
she's sleeping. I don't want to wake her.
no, don't worry. She's heard lots, and she'll want to trust me. And she runs over and kind of pats her on the cheek, and you watch as your mom, slightly more gray-haired than you saw her before, kind of wake up. She still looks weak, still looks sick, but not any worse. She kind of sits up on the pillows and her eyes blink open.
Aye, hello, Ma.
She looks up. Torga, come here. And
Alright.
and she kind of waves you over.
So yeah, I'll have Aegis kneel down and I'll take a minute or 45 seconds or so to kind of unstrap myself and climb down and limp over to her and give her
she
a
just
big
kind
hug.
of and she returns it softly, of course, knowing
Aye.
you and brittle bones and everything, and you guys easily however you want to say this, or she's very happy to see you.
So I have to ask, what happened to Pa? I heard about his passing.
I don't really know. He went after you, and when he came back, he said he knew. We thought you were dead, Dorga.
Aye.
And
Do
he went after the people who did it.
the men that jumped Maximus?
Yes, Maximus was dead,
Maximus too. Aye.
unfortunately. I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry, Torga. We thought you were dead. Your father, he went after them
Alone.
alone. I think he took a couple men from the smithy, but
He always was very
you can
stubborn.
come by- You come by that naturally, you know.
So, he went after them, so you know who did it? Or he
He
did.
wouldn't tell me. He knew, but he wouldn't tell me. He did leave something for you, Dorka.
Oh shit!
He
Speaking
said-
of that, I completely forgot about that weapon you gave me last session. The role playing was just
Yeah.
so deep, I completely forgot about the awesome loot.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I
It was left with one of his friends in the
Oh,
smithy.
I have it. It's in my pack. I haven't had a chance to use it or even do anything with it. Yeah, how rude of me. This is Aegis, by the way. You don't have to introduce yourself. He's not real. He's just a machine. This is the project that Maximus was working on. I kept telling you about over and over. It's quite a miraculous specimen.
I saw that. You can walk
Aye, and I can help
You're
people.
bigger than any dwarf I've seen.
Aye,
That is
it's
amazing.
it's strange seeing the world from so high, with us being so short of a people.
I'm so proud of you.
I just wish I would have been
And
here.
I'm glad you weren't. Honestly, I couldn't imagine if you had went there too. I am so glad that you are alive.
Maximus saved me. The men, that night, they came and they broke into his house when we were working on Aegis. I think Maximus was ready for it, like a backup plan. It's almost like he knew it was going to happen. I was already strapped into Aegis. And we were testing. We were running some tests as we had done many times before. And when the men broke in, he just said a couple of words that I didn't really understand. And I was teleported. Like teleported, ma. Like, 1 minute I was here, and the next minute I was on the surface. Didn't know what was going on. I'd never seen the sky before. It was so disorienting.
That is amazing teleport. That magic goes way above my head.
It was very wise and very powerful.
I agree. Oh, I don't think Nora, and the little girl
hi.
kind of pops up. She's been she's been helping me.
I am glad. You need someone to help you out around the house. Where did she come from?
Stumbled into here one day. Sometimes I think fate has and she kind of puts her hand on the kid's head. Fate has a funny way of helping us all out sometimes, I think.
She has no parents or family.
Not that she remembers, right, Nora? And Nora kind of steps up. No, not that I remember. Been alone a long time. Your mom's really nice, you know.
Aye. The sweetest woman I know. Well, I mean, you've got the family now, kiddo. Guess I've always wanted a younger sister. Or any sibling for that matter. Maybe we wouldn't have had to move here to Cadena if we had a... sorry. Never mind.
It's no problem, Nora kind of steps up. So, if you can make a machine that lets you walk, can you make a machine that makes an arm? And she kind of points to it. It's almost like there's a part of a shoulder, but nothing else.
I mean, with the right tools and the right time, I could. But I've got to be honest with your sister. I did not make this. I wish I was that smart. It was Maximus, my mentor. He was very kind to me, and I think he maybe saw me as kind of like a daughter he never had. And he's the one who made this. I just helped. It's
Well,
go ahead.
if you figure out how to make things, or if you figure out how to make things and you can make an arm, you should make one for me.
Aye, I certainly
Just
will.
saying.
I'll research
No
it.
rush, but sounds good. And she kind of hops off and does things that kid does. She seems to be a little more mature and seems to be kind of making food and kind of cleaning a little bit. But
All right, so for the
you're doing
rest,
okay.
of the stay, I would probably just, catch up with my mom and get to know Nora and probably maybe show her some neat tricks because she's younger. Some neat tricks that Aegis can do and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think I have one more thing that I'd like to roleplay before I leave the house, but that could even be like
Okay.
in the morning.
Okay. So you guys, everyone on the ship eventually. Does anyone need to roleplay anything else or want to do anything else before we enter the next day?
Nope. Jimei and Aran are just sleeping in a pile of cats.
Okay. Pile of cats.
When we get up in the morning, Kree just starts furiously scrubbing the deck.
Okay. Creedy, you get up and you start scrubbing the deck as hard as you can. It'll take some time to get this place back in order, but Revette's been working on it, and you guys at least have made it not so disgusting.
I help using prestidigitation to kind of clean up some of the shit.
Okay,
Dittos.
that helps quite a bit more. What's up?
No, dittos. I'm helping out too.
Okay, all right. You're all cleaning the deck, and it goes fairly well. Torga, eventually you wake up in the morning, kind of out of Aegis still sitting kind of in the corner. Your mother seems to be up and talking quietly with Nora, and Nora seems to be feeding her some sort of medicine.
So, Ma, how are you doing? Everything okay?
I'm your friend. I don't really know. Farla? She did not really say what her name was. Farla has been helping me.
Wait,
She has
Arla?
sent some medicine. Yes,
Out of character, that's the queen.
That's what, yeah. Yeah, Farla, right. Well, that's pretty kind of her.
Yeah, it's just been the past couple of days. She sent a doctor here to help me, and this medicine it is actually pretty good.
what
It makes
does
me
it
feel
cost?
more awake.
Well, I mean, it's good to hear. So, I've made some friends. Kind of like a band of adventurers, I guess. People, you've heard the tales, heroes and adventurers that
Yeah.
kind of just adventure around the world and either help people or whatever. I guess I've become one of them, oddly enough.
That's amazing, Dorga.
It really is. I intend on bringing it back something next time we go somewhere new. But have you heard anything about what's going on outside of Codena?
Only what Nora has been able to tell me. She's been kind of my eyes and ears about such things. She told me Esul is gone.
Aye. We saw it. We were there. It was heartbreaking and terrifying. But
I can't say I'm happy about you putting yourself in danger, but if you are happy.
Well, it wasn't for naught, Ma. We brought about 65 dwarves and women and children with us back to Codena. So, anyway, I need to get back to them. I'm gonna be honest, Ma. I don't really know what I'm doing now. Like when I got teleported to the surface, I instantly thought, well, maybe I can use Aegis to help me bring good to the world and maybe find a treasure, or even maybe use Aegis as the treasure himself to get our cast restored, to get Pa back where he should be. But without Pa, I don't really know what I'm doing. I guess what I'm asking is, I mean, do you think I should go back out there, or do you need me here?
You are so bright and so amazing, and I think Codena is not the place for you, and helping me. I think we're okay. I think you would be much happier adventuring and seeing the world, and able maybe one day to teleport yourself to see.
Aye. Guess we'll see. I can only hope.
Right.
Alright, well.
But I do not think your place is here, and I have Nora to take care of me.
And at that, Torga looks at Nora and kind of gives her a wink and a smile. Well,
Nora smiles.
Alright, well here, I have some. Did you get the money I gave to And then I drop the name of the blacksmith that Beej can't remember, but Torga probably does.
Yeah. Yes, we did, and it was very helpful.
Okay, well, here. And she goes over to Adris and lifts up the chainmail and opens up the chest plate and pulls out her little coin purse. And I go over to the kitchen table or some sort of surface and I pour out a bunch of money and I kind of shift through it and organize it and then push a pile to the side and I say, here, this is 100 copper. So just please take this and I will send what I can back, and I will be back to visit someday. I don't know when. So Nora, and I look at Nora, I say, you need to take care of Ma. She's your Ma now too.
And Nora just smiles. Okay. I will.
One last thing, Ma. Do you have any... You're probably not going to like this, but do you have any leads on anyone who would know anything about what happened to Pa? Like,
No.
if I wanted to track down who did it.
I don't have anything other than he had his blacksmith friends. Some of them I did not find.
Did any of them make it back?
I don't know. I was
Right.
I was not myself during that time.
Alright. Well, I love you very much, Ma. I'm going to get back to our ship. Oh, did I mention we have a ship? That's how we got everyone back.
Oh.
We've got the boat.
Oh, wow.
It's... Being on the water is
That is-
unsettling. It's so wavy. It's not solid like
can
rock.
imagine. Well, that would not be me. I think I would be sick.
I think you would be. And I then, Torga says her goodbyes and she gives both her mom and Nora like hugs and kisses and tells Nora to watch out for her and says her goodbyes and makes her way back to the ship.
It's pretty emotional, but you guys all say your goodbyes and head back to the ship, and you seem to be okay. Yeah. Does anyone have anything else?
When Toka arrives, Jimmy is awake at that point, and maybe helping the others to clean.
Alright, so yeah,
If there's anything
Torga
to
eventually
clean.
makes.
Do I? Oh, okay, I am unmuted. Actually, so on my way back, would I know of any... Actually, so I'm gonna stop at the same place that we stopped last time. The place where I gave the blacksmith the money to give to my mom. I'm gonna stop at that guy's place on the way back to the ship, if that's on the way.
Actually, it would be 2 stories down. So you're currently on the top of Kodena.
Mhm.
You'd have to go all the way down and then
Oh.
back up into the ship. So if you want to go, it's not on the way, but you can definitely make your way there if you'd like.
I don't want to. No, Torga goes back to the ship. She just makes her way back to the ship. She stops at. There are like shops and stuff on the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of. It's mostly just people hawking things.
Oh, okay.
Not really any shops, because this is more of the slums part.
Okay. Never mind then. And where is what's her name? The queen? She's deep, right?
She would
Layers
be.
down.
Yeah, she would be. It'd be
Hey,
She'd be 3 layers.
question: did we keep the circlet? Does somebody have that circlet?
Yeah,
We should. She told
Did, because she told us to keep it.
Okay.
She said you may have a use for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we left her the head. I remember
Yeah.
Creed distinctly left her the head.
Yeah, I was just looking in the bag of holding, and I just realized that I hadn't updated some of those things. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I just go back to the ship then.
All right. Broderick, Kalaya, are you guys still on the ship, or have you made it back to the ship?
I would still.
Like I said, I feel like I wait for everybody else to go to sleep and then I do my thing.
Oh, okay. So this would be the next morning. So what did you went to a brothel and then came back?
Yep.
Okay. So you wake up in the morning and eventually come back. At this point, you all kind of converge onto the ship. It's mostly clean by this point, and we should take a pee break. So,
Okay.
and we'll
Okie dokie.
pick it up in like 5 minutes.
Oh, balls. Took a break. Shit.
Everyone went on break.
Okay. Those of you that are watching in Twitch chat, if you haven't already realized, just a quick little doodad here. It might help with being able to tell which voice is which. Pay attention to the bubbles, the picture portraits. Whichever character is talking will get a green ring, lights up around their character portrait. I know it's a little hard to tell from time to time at times because, everything is green. But yeah, that's I've got a little Discord widget up and kind of sectioned off around all the pictures. So whoever's talking, their little icon will have a green ring around it. See how like mine, Torga's right now, right here, is it's got a green light around it. So that's how you can tell. If you're new here, it's your first time, and you're like, I don't get who all these voices are. Yeah, just pay attention to the green rings. That's who's speaking.
Or like mine.
And this annoying voice is Cree.
Ha ha ha.
What the hell was that?
No idea.
Ha ha ha.
Evil laughs. Tammy, no.
Ha ha ha.
I'm eating ice cream and my cat's trying to steal my spoon.
Just the spoon.
Just the spoon. The ice cream's right in front of his face, but he's more interested in the spoon.
I definitely thought that was going to be worse. I definitely thought that role-playing was going to be worse. Everything's cool.
Y'all good?
Everything's kosher.
The queen's
I'm
taking
not
care of your
completely
mom, a
evil.
benefit of the coin.
Yeah, Torga's not... I mean, she's happy about it, but...
Not too happy about it. Like
No. I mean, she's happy about that her mom's being taken care of, but everything costs something. The price for everything.
And like,
Yeah, we
is the
earned
medicine
that.
even medicine?
Did we though? Did we earn it? And for how long?
She said forever. I think.
Oh, queen's still alive.
If the queen dies, maybe
The
then. maybe
SOL.
then. Yeah.
Not only
Alright.
dies, if she ever loses power, then we're SOL. Yeah.
Yeah. So Pecos, I had just said to Twitch, if you're having problems determining which character is talking, by the way, you can watch. There are green circles around all
Hi,
the
guys.
character portraits. From an IRL standpoint, Ariana, I feel really bad that you haven't had a whole lot of time to do anything this session. But in character, I don't give a fuck.
What?
You probably
What?
saw it.
I heard my name.
Yeah, I said out of character, I feel really bad that you are not getting a whole lot of spotlight this session. But in character, I don't give a fuck.
Dude,
brought this
do you
on
know
yourself.
how fucking hard it is to play an evil character in this stupid campaign?
Yeah, it seems pretty fucking tough.
You're so nice.
Hard to play a neutral character.
It is, yeah.
I'm neutral.
Are you though?
Yeah, I'm
Neutral
neutral evil.
Don't forget, neutral goes both ways. You can be neutral. There's neutral.
Both
evil,
ways.
neutral good.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
Tampa.
But I am chaotic neutral, and I'm not evil.
I'm chaotic neutral.
Right.
I'm chaotic neutral.
Because you guys,
Nobody's
Basically,
evil
you
but
do
me,
whatever the fuck
guys.
you want.
because your guys' neutral is the column that would be evil, right? If it's a table, you guys are neutral and not good or evil.
Yes.
Oh.
But you can be instead of being chaotic, or what's the other one? Lawful.
Lawful,
You can
yeah.
be neutral in that column too, which means that you could be what's called true neutral, which is neutral.
It's boring.
That sounds so stupid.
I
think
have
that's
no
easy.
strong feelings one way or the other.
I was just thinking what to do.
I think this would be a good idea, but we could do the other thing as well.
I'm gonna eat.
I have a
an
kitten on my legs.
Huh?
I have
Ella?
a kitten that's licking my feet.
Lick, lick.
He's so cute though.
Your kitten is so cute. I die. I'm died.
Oh
Okay.
my god, she's so adorable. It's ridiculous, and she's also
Every-
a brat. So
Every time you
The cat,
post
of course, she's a
pictures,
brat.
every time you post pictures to Discord, I'm dying. Literally, I'm dying. I love
only
black
post
cats.
super cute pictures. I know, she's so cute.
We are talking to Jimmy. We are talking to JK's ghost right now, because she literally
What?
dies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Speaking
die.
of, she just walked into my room.
Oh, she was just on my legs 5 seconds ago. She must have ran into your room.
Nope, she's jumping up on my bed. She's looking right at me. I think she wants in my window.
Probably.
Don't let her out.
No, we have screens.
No,
on
there's
the windows.
screens.
Okay.
All right. So are we all back?
Is Jim back?
Thought I heard him.
No.
Jim, are you awake?
He can, even if he's not at his keyboard, he can hear us. He usually has
I'm here.
he has his wireless headset on.
Jim!
Fuck that guy.
Wake
Wait,
up,
what?
call him.
Jim!
We have plans after this, so there's no way he's asleep.
We need to do the summoning.
How do we summon Jim again?
I think it's just summon. Yeah.
No. I'm not in stream. I'm looking at Pinterest.
What are you looking at, Pinterest?
Choking. Cookie dough.
Cookie dough. Yeah.
Like healthy cookie dough recipes where there aren't eggs and you're not gonna die of salmonella.
God damn it, guys.
But is it healthy?
What?
Hey!
Yay!
What happened?
Wait for 2 seconds. You're screaming at me.
Just the wrong 2 seconds, buddy. All right. So we're all
Is
back
Keith
then.
back as well.
Yeah, I heard Keith.
Yeah.
Keith.
Okay.
Yes, yes, you
Holler,
heard me. Yes,
if you
I'm
hear me.
here. Yes, hello.
Hi!
All right.
So, you guys are on the ship planning where you want to go next. So, you guys want to open your map? Or do you guys have access to the map, right?
Wait,
Just
do
one
I
in, one
have
out.
time to go or no?
You're going to have to ask everybody.
Oh, I would have to actually ask for permission to leave.
Yes,
No,
this
you
is a
don't.
classroom,
Or-
young lady.
No,
You must
you-
ask your parents.
You could go and come as you please, according to Cree. If he
Yes.
sees you're
I mean, if
gone
you
more
don't-
than one day in a row, he'll say, "Hey, she's gone."
Yeah, if you don't tell us, then we're probably just gonna leave because you've left us before.
I have done that. Fuck, I'll probably just wait till the next city.
Yeah, you weren't even there when we got the boat. We fought for this boat.
Yeah, this is our boat.
It's my boat.
Yeah.
I'm on a boat,
I just-
motherfucker.
I just realized this island, I think it's called Zard. In Kittens, your handwriting definitely looks like Too Hard.
We're going to too hard after this.
Too hard!
Yeah.
Is that town
Kittens,
called?
that's why you put a
Dickhead?
line through your Z's.
I
Oh,
usually
she does.
do.
Look,
I
up
don't know why
at
there's-
Zenona has a line through it. But it also
You
has
can
like an
log
actual
one not
angle.
to.
It's canon. It's too hard.
It's
There's no
too-
line.
It's too
Yeah, it's
hard.
got to be too hard. She didn't put the
We
line
can't
through
go
it.
there. It's too hard.
I realize I don't put a line through all my Z's, just some of them. That's annoying.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
there's Zalila
Of all
down to the south.
Wow.
Also,
That's
Of
really
all the
fucking
Z's to
annoying.
not put a line through.
Actually, I think
Yeah.
there's only one with a line through it.
That's
Alright.
really fucking
They're
annoying.
special.
Wow.
there's a lot of
I
Z's on
will
this map.
never be able.
No,
I
no,
like
with a
the
line.
letter Z.
So where are we going?
Where are you guys going?
Well, I'll be honest with you. My ma's doing fine. And it seems like I have a younger adopted sister now, which is neat.
Should we take her with us?
No, she's fine. So,
Something that might be swallowed by the whatever that was.
huh?
The thing that attacked what that
Oh,
city.
well, I guess we'll just have to keep an ear to the ground when it comes to Codena. I mean, for now.
Or not
sure
be here.
that-
Did you see that thing?
I thought we talked about this. I don't think it's coming back. I don't know. I mean, I can't.
Why would
know
it
for
not? It's swallowing all the cities.
Because
Why would it not come here?
Why would it have killed those? Why would it have destroyed those other two cities that are not far from this one, and then completely bypass this one to go up to Esul? It doesn't make any sense. It should have just stopped here and killed it on the way. Maybe it's looking for
I mean, you
something.
raise a point, but out of personal preference, I'd like to put as many miles between me and that big giant black winged fucker as possible.
So we
That's
have
what I'm saying.
Aye.
So we have to think that where would it go and where should we go?
We go far in the opposite direction of where we saw it last.
Sound.
And that leads us
so-
close to Tressus and the Jico Isles, which is no for me.
Oh no, we should go to Tressus.
We do not go to Tressus.
Why not?
Because Tressus is about. Bleh. Whoa, that was bad. Tressus is.
We're professionals here, guys. All right.
We're
Yep.
professionals, guys. I'm totally a professional voice actress.
Oh.
Tressus just has some particularly bad memories for me. I'd rather not go anywhere near there.
I would be down for Tressus. Sorry.
I would be down for
Because that's
Tressus.
Kittens out of character. That's the island where the Bard and Mages colleges are, right?
Yes.
Yup.
Tressus is the.
Why did we come to Codena in the first place?
I want to go to party
Sell
too hard.
drugs.
To sell drugs.
Yeah.
To
We didn't
unknown.
know we were selling drugs.
Yeah,
They were hidden in
yeah,
the
did
stuff
we
we
not-
were selling.
Did we
Well,
not
we
have
wanted to sell all the stuff, but then we started selling drugs, right?
I'm with Rivette on this one, though, about Tressus. I understand there's others that want to go there, but it's entirely possible that we may or may not be wanted by the local authorities there.
Oh, well, I'm
Whose
definitely
fault is
wanted.
that?
Not mine, it's Broderick's.
I say we start
I think we're
moving and
all-
we can stop it too hard to to have a good time and refill supplies.
You know, I think it's called Zard.
I think you're reading them.
Aye.
Yeah, I think you're reading the map wrong there,
Bad
Craig.
handwriting on the maps you've seen, I think it's called Zard.
Too hard sounds more.
I mean, it does.
Are you positive? I've always
I went there
heard
once.
Tressus
I
too hard.
It's
I
canon
went
now.
there once out of personal experience thinking it was too hard, and let's just say I was disappointed. It wasn't the experience I thought it would be.
It's at least away from here and on the way to other places, so we can at least just stop there to get supplies.
Although we're not going anywhere until we get the sail fixed.
Aye.
I thought you picked up a sail.
Well, there weren't any that quite that matched the size of our boat. We would have been patchworking something else in there.
I would have
think.
thought the captain would have gotten our sail by now.
Oh, well, if they don't have a sail, kittens, does that mean that I would have time to go somewhere? If they're still looking for one?
You gotta talk to them about it.
I don't want to talk to them about it. That's very upsetting.
Hey, Captain, where's our sail, Captain?
Fuck me, fine. Broderick said he was handling it.
Well,
think
yeah, I
our
reported to you that
I think our captain was sleeping.
I never did report it to you, did I?
Oh,
I'll be
you
right back.
didn't.
Kittens, can I just inform Ravette that I'm going?
You do whatever you want,
This is
man.
an imagination game. You can do whatever you want.
Imagination.
That was terrible. If I heard that in my sleep, I would.
That's
oof.
child.
Exactly. That's exactly what it sounded like.
Just think about the rainbow.
Ariana,
Yeah.
so what you do, you say, hey, Ravette, I am going to the library. And, okay, so say that.
Okay, you're allowing me to do that?
No, you're not allowed
You
to
can do
talk to me.
whatever
Fuck
the
you.
fuck you want.
Well, I've been asking her what I've been allowed to do, and she won't tell me.
Why do you keep asking for permission? Just fucking
Exactly.
do whatever you want.
Do you see anywhere in the player's handbook where it says you cannot talk to other player characters about things you want to talk to them about?
This is a game about doing what the hell you want and then dealing with the repercussions later.
That
Or
second
never.
part
I
specifically for
said-
you.
I said you can do it. You can try. If you want to go to the library and trying to find out more, you can certainly try.
And if you want to do it stealthily, you would probably have to roll a sneak to get around to make,
Yes.
you know, so that none of us see you or something. But if you're not doing it stealthily, then just walk off the fucking boat.
Okay, well, I just wasn't sure if she was going to allow me to do it because she wasn't telling me.
No, you're not allowed to leave.
I don't-
You're stuck with us forever.
So
I
you
didn't say that you can't do things. You can do whatever the fuck you want. I'm just letting. Yeah.
Aw. Is
Just
Kalaya on the
prove
top
a
of the
point,
ship with us
Broderick
right now?
grabs Thrick on the ass again.
What?
You
Why?
smack Rick's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah! Just to
Broderick, are you
prove a
trying to
point
grab-
that you can do whatever you want in this game, but then you have to deal with the consequences.
I cast enlarge on myself and then smack your ass. You go flying.
Just,
Oh,
Yeah.
feisty.
Off
Just-
this boat.
just Broderick
Joke's
goes
on you,
flat
Rick.
on the deck.
Joke's on you, Thrick. I like it rough.
He
Ravette
just leaves a
walks away at
stain.
this point.
He just leaves a stain on the deck.
God.
Poop stain?
No!
No, Broderick
Splat.
stain. He's dead.
Thrick
Broderick's dead.
slams. Boom! Splat.
All right.
So is Kalaya on the deck with us right now? Kalaya.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything because it's too complicated now.
No, it's not.
I mean, I was about.
Just leave! If you want to.
So wait, did Broderick leave to go get the sail?
Someone go get the
Oh,
sail, damn it!
I'm gonna go find somebody to get
Alright.
a sail for us. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Being the captain, I'm leaving. Bye.
Aye. Okay, and you, and I point at Kree. What the hell is your problem? You've been quite angsty recently.
You have no idea. I don't know what's going on. I'm just angry all the time.
I don't like it.
It is the key.
You and me both.
At least I have a reason to be angry. I just found out my father died. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, don't you think it's even more frustrating not knowing why the fuck you're angry?
That's a good
Sounds
point.
like he's going through puberty.
I was going to say, Kree, how old are you and how old does your race usually reach maturity at?
Going by years, I'm 5.
Alright, well,
That average, that's
puberty.
in your years, that's about 20.
oh, well,
Well,
is it mating season? When you see a bird fly by, do you get particularly aroused?
I've only seen my mom and the woman in the bar that time of my race ever before.
I have an
So
idea.
Cree needs to bone somebody.
You're coming with me right now. You're coming with me right now. We're going to that bar, and we're gonna see if you want to bang the ever-living piss out of that girl.
Oh no.
I don't know what bang is. I've heard it talked about forever. I don't know what this
Bang,
is.
bang.
You're coming with me.
There's a baby
And I
comes
take
out of it
Cree
in the
around
long
the
run.
shoulder. I grab Cree around the shoulder, and I'm gonna take him to the brothel. I'm taking you
Keep
to
in
a special
mind-
magical place, my friend.
Keep in mind, Cree has a cloaca, not normal genitalia.
I'm
Nope.
sure they've seen it before.
I'm gonna mute that. On that, I'm gonna mute myself in
Birds have
Discord.
weird organisms. I don't appreciate it.
That's enough for me. I don't know what's going on. All right. Well, that's quite a conversation we're having. I just guess I'm going to stay here.
Yeah, why aren't you bothering Torga? She's never seen anybody before either, according to what she said.
I don't turn this on me.
Why is this my problem?
Cause you're always angry
right, Torga.
for no reason.
You're coming with me too.
Everyone knows
We're
my
all getting
reason.
laid. Torga, you're coming with me. We're all getting laid.
I know. I'm gonna stay
It's
right
on
here.
me. My
Hey,
treat.
I'm good. I'm going to stay right here, and I'm going to install this fancy sword into Aegis's arm. Axe, sorry,
Well,
axe.
don't say I never offered you anything.
I appreciate it.
Can we just leave this place with giant black flying monsters?
I mean, it's not
Listen.
here.
Cree, when we get back from this place, you're gonna forget about all your worries.
Oh Jesus Christ. Go bang
So,
already.
idiots, Say, are you?
Oh no, Cree's not going anywhere unless they get into a fight and gets dragged there.
You will have sex with this woman. I tell you to.
Well, then, Cree, not to get too personal, but have you ever tried, and I make the jerk off motion.
Choke the chicken.
Cree,
Milk the dolphin.
Cree
I'm
whips
gonna
up the front of his little tiny garment that he still wears because he doesn't wear his armor anymore. He flips it up and shows that there's no traditional genitalia.
Okay, I don't know what this is, but I'm walking away now.
Fascinating.
Huh. Well, now
You
I've seen
basically
everything.
just see more
But
feathers.
can you just fiddle around with it until something happens, or?
Then Cree points out his claws.
See, that's why I'm taking you to the brothel, so that way you can pay someone else to fiddle around with it until something happens.
Cree has no interest and he's getting angry.
All right.
The hairs on the back of your neck are standing up. Welcome
Alright.
to Cree's
Just sounds trying
Penitentiary.
to Cree.
What the fuck?
All right, well, you all figure out what you're doing. I'm gonna go downstairs for a second, and I'm gonna
I
go.
want to get out of here.
Oh wait, kittens, I don't have to attune, right? It's not an attunable weapon. Just
I,
a plus one's
honestly
just
don't
usually like you
remember.
just wield it, I believe.
let me look.
You gotta bolt that shit in so you don't drop it.
Yeah, no. Regardless, that's what I'm gonna do. Because I have, since I'm a the Eldritch Knight, I'm gonna go down and essentially install it into Aegis's arm. But really, what I'm using is the weapon bond feature from Eldritch Knight. So I'll need an hour to install
You do not have to attune.
it. Okay. And
You
it
do
is
not have to attune.
it is not a great axe, like a heavy two-handed weapon, right? It's a battle axe, which can be used two-handed. It's whatchamacallit?
Yes, it's the
Versatile.
versatile one.
Versatile, thank you. Okay. Perfect. Well then that's what Torga and Aegis is gonna do. She's gonna walk downstairs and demount, and she just starts tinkering and trying to install this new shiny, really nice battle axe into Aegis's right arm. That's it for me. It's on the rest of the party now.
Okay.
You know, all this talk of brothels, Broderick's just gonna go to the brothel by himself again.
Where are you going? We gotta get out of here.
I was gonna go to the brothel. All this talk kinda, just the mood kinda hit me. Either that or it was your bird penis. I'm not sure which one it was, to be honest.
Bird penis.
Revette, while they're talking of bird penises,
So glad I'm
make
not on the
your
ship
way.
right now.
You do make your way to where Broderick had seen before. It's an emergency. It looks to be like different different ship parts. There's like a steering wheel. There's different types of poles, like stuff that so they can get ships out and as quickly as possible in this time. You are looking, and you do see a couple sails. These are the ones that Broderick probably saw before that would not fit. But you end up going up to what looks to be some sort of worker and ask about the specific size sail. And he's like, oh, I have those in the back, actually. And brings you back, and there is a package sail. It's like all folded up and wrapped up in kind of like a box.
Excellent. Perfect. How much for it?
Are you helping the rescue effort in Esul?
We brought back a ship of passengers just yesterday, but our sail ripped on the way back. We need a new one.
Absolutely, it's free then, actually. We've gotten some money from the upper Codena to fix some ships, so it is yours.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. Would I be able to carry this thing back on my own?
Yeah, you would be able to. It's kind of all packaged up. It's fucking heavy, but you can carry it.
Okay, then I will take the sail back to the ship. And as I walk on board, I'm like, okay, where's Broderick? He's stupid. He's blind. Doesn't know where to
I
look.
like to think in the time that's transpired, I was just about to head to the brothel as you come back.
Yeah, I see what you mean, Pecos. Cause you would
Couldn't find
summon
a
it and then
damn
throw
sail,
it,
you idiot.
and then you're fucked for the next two
But
attacks.
it's supposed to
hang
be
with
so
it.
they had a bunch
Makes
in the
sense.
back.
Well, things were really busy when I went there. There was no one else around. It was just me and a bunch of sails that weren't going to work.
Whatever, just somebody help me get this thing back on the ship.
All right,
I
up
will
we
help.
go.
Jimei will help as well.
Kree starts lowering the damaged one to get rid of it.
Sorry,
Can
I'm
we-
eating.
Can we move it, people? I'm trying to get out of here.
What are you in such
Wait.
a rush for?
Did you see that thing?
It flew,
lean
it could
over-
be anywhere. There's no point in hurrying.
I lean over to Revette and say, I think he needs to get laid.
Where the fuck are we gonna find another bird to fuck him?
Well, I tried to take him to the brothel, but he just wasn't having anything to do with it.
It doesn't sound like they're being discreet, so I just yell, anywhere but here.
Oh, for God's sake. Fine, just get the damn sail up and we'll go.
Alright. Easy enough, you guys get the sail up. Revette and Broderick pointing out where things need to go and where to be tied. You take the old sail back to the place so that it could be repaired, and you guys are ready to set off whenever you'd like.
You're gonna drag it all the way there? Just leave it on the dock. Someone will get it.
Before we go, I would like to bring up, so how tied are we to the Queen of Codena? Should we talk with her before we leave, or should we just get the hell out of Dodge?
I mean, having her favor and her protection is a good thing, but I don't know when we'd be back here.
Might give us a job somewhere.
It's a good point. Maybe she needs a person in a proper place somewhere.
So a quick visit to the Queen and then we're off?
Yes.
Kree just growls and flies up to the crow's nest and waits.
Oh, shut up, bird.
Who ruffled his feathers?
No one, apparently.
Oh, that took me a
Alright,
second.
yeah.
Oh, there.
Uh,
Oh,
You guys, whoever is coming, gathers together and you exit the ship into Kodena. Again, bustling and crazy, but a little less so. It seems to be there's a lot of people staying in the slums, kind of living on the streets, but that's not anything that's really different. You make your way down to where the Queen of Kodena usually stays in her casino-like grandiose business, I guess. This time there is people. There are soldiers that are kind of walking around. It seems like everyone is armed, armored, and ready for shit to go down. You guys make your way into the very extravagant casino type area. And there's a whole bunch of different looking armored people wearing different bits of what almost looks like uniform armor. A few of them look pretty shady, kind of hoods up, kind of watching the crowd. Some of them are kind of big and bold and standing with their shields and their swords at their sides and seem to be conversing. And up on her normal dais is the Queen of Kodena, Farla. 3 guards around her this time. The human you saw before, the dwarf you saw before, and a male half-orc that you've not seen yet, and she seems to be discussing things with them.
I say we give them a minute to wrap up, and if they don't, then we head up. How's that sound?
Can we at least notify
after-
her bodyguard that's standing around?
Yeah, you walk up to the towards the dais, and the human bodyguard that seemed to have been watching the door looks to you. Without interrupting her, gives a double tap on Farla's shoulder. Farla looks up to you all, gives a nod, and goes back to talking to one of the half-orc guards pretty intensely, but she does acknowledge that you're there. After a couple minutes, eventually she finishes up with the guard. The half-orc guard kind of goes down and seems to be conversing with all of the different people in armor, and Farla looks to you all.
So, after, I don't know, like 20 minutes, however long it takes, you know, we'll say like 20, oh, I guess I gotta be down there for an hour. Fuck. Never mind.
Yep, they left you on
Fucking right they did!
the
No one let me know anything! I'm down there tinkering
Yep.
away. Damn it! I didn't even get to tell them, to tell the queen, thank you for taking care of my mom. No one got that.
Coo! I feel like we would have let you know. I would have let you know. Like,
Aho! Aho!
you wanted to come with us. I wouldn't have, like, you just, abandoned you.
Alright, well, I would have been maybe mid-installation of this axe into Aegis, so we'll just say that I mentioned to you guys to give her my message, that I'm aware that she's been helping my mother, and I very, very much appreciate it.
Alright, so you guys can approach at this point if you would
Hey,
like.
Zag, how's it going?
Farla,
I hope I'm saying that
Torga
right,
sends
by
her
the way.
appreciation for what you've done for her.
Mother is an interesting woman, but tell her it is not a problem.
Do you
I
know
have
who
my own
killed?
law.
Do you know who killed her husband?
Yes, but that information will not be given to you. I know you all are friends with Torga, and I still have business with those people, so
But once you're done,
Is a
your
business we can take care of? Is it knees that need broken?
it's business that is not in your repertoire, but when I am finished with them, I think they are disposable. and I will send you a message.
Sounds fair to me.
Alright. So, what did you need? I had a few things I wanted to talk with you about, but it's been a little busy.
Well, to cut right to the chase, we're looking to take our ship to other ports, if you understand what I'm saying. But if there's any business you need taken care of outside of Corvania, we're certainly interested in hearing you out.
Well, Wind, fates align. So, that circlet I gave you, and you remember, or told you to keep hold of because it would be important. That circlet holds an ancient spirit, one of a high elf that was an amazing general that for some reason died and collapsed suddenly about 40 or so years ago. And that circlet was in the hands of my sister. This general, very good at what he did, could have changed the tide where she could have marched her Durgar servants on to for the sole purpose of killing me. I wasn't about to allow that to happen. So, I sent you all to kill her, steal the circlet, and before she could raise an army. Well, I've come into some information. The country of Bloria, on the other side of the world, basically, is in perpetual war. And that circlet could turn the tide one way or the other. I've had a few contacts with both sides, and I feel like either way, whichever one I choose, or you choose actually, could benefit me in some way. So, my offer is this. You have to give it to one side or the other, whoever you feel like is more beneficial to me. And I have a new ally, and you have quite a bit of money coming your way.
Why you speak of two sides? What are the two sides? Who do we be talking to? What port should we dock in, I suppose?
So, the two sides. The first side is the Wood Elves, a collection of almost wild elven beings, quite different than the elves that you see around here, quite different than even me and your friend Broderick.
I wouldn't say we're friends.
Well, the other is a bunch of human, they call themselves Vikings, raiding parties. Interestingly enough, these two factions found each other on the same continent not a couple hundred years ago, and they have been in perpetual war ever since. Zico believes that this is a no-go zone. No ships go in, no ships come out. You leave them to kill each other. That was, again, a couple hundred years ago. Well, they still haven't killed each other, which is interesting, which means they might have more people or more information or magic or something that keeps them alive. I want to know. I want the information. And I want an ally out of them.
I know I'm not technically there, but what city or island is this?
This would be the country of Bloria.
Gloria,
So
top
if you
left
look,
corner.
it'd be top
Gloria,
left.
gotcha. Yeah, I heard everything else. I wrote my notes, and I just didn't get where exactly.
No problem. So, you have a new port, you have a new quest, and there's quite a bit of money to be had for helping me.
Okay, I'm not technically there either, but when you say like a couple hundred years, like how many?
Just under, just under 200 years. So probably like 160, 170.
Okay, so that's like... I don't know. I'll have to do that math. Never mind.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
while we're here, does anybody else have any questions?
I don't trust Kalaya one bit. She's gonna
Do we know
downfall
anything
of us
about
all.
where we're going apart from what you've just told us?
Not really sure. Again, it's a no-go zone. No ships come in, no ships come out. They are essentially completely cut off from the rest of our civilization. It's entirely possible that they have no magic, they have no modern technology that we have. They could be living completely off the grid. Who knows? I've heard a little bit, some whisperings. There's been a few wood elves who have escaped, and one specifically made into my employ. She has a little bit of information, but most of it she keeps to herself. She does not want to betray her kind.
And what's her name?
Her name is Sprig.
Oh, it's a cute name.
Sprig's a traitor. He's a big fat phony.
I suppose the other question I had is you mentioned coin. How much coin are we talking, and is there any advance to cover our expenses?
No advance, because something delicate and something I very much want. But I was thinking around 7,000 gold after the work is done.
That's a lot of gold.
Sounds very fair. Now, in your professional opinion, you have a wood elf under your employ. Do you lean one way or the other, just from a outside looking in perspective?
Honestly, no, I do not. I think if you decide the Vikings are someone that we want to win that war and for me to make a contact with, I now have a group of very talented warriors. The Wood Elves are interesting. From what Sprig has told me, they are very connected with nature. And I'm interested, both ways. So, I would like you to honestly get to know them both, and let me know which one you like more.
Fucking kittens. Fucking kittens. The classic you make the choice video game quest. I see you.
What is this,
If
Master?
you think it's going to be that simple, I don't think you know me at all.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's Mass Effect style. There's repercussions within repercussions.
Always. Who knew that Esul was going to be completely knocked off the map in, 10 sessions ago?
No
You
one-
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
You're not wrong. Hey, sometimes, just things fall into place, and they did, and I'm like, Esul's gotta go.
Wipe the whole city off the map, real casual like.
It's gotta go.
Yeah,
and my
pretty much.
dad and my mentor. Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Kittens is just killing everybody.
We need a new map.
Half of my
What I do.
civilization.
Yeah, at least I killed my own mom and dad.
Lives matter too.
Am I the only one that has their parents alive?
I mean, her vets are probably still
Probably.
alive, but she has like zero contact with them.
Yeah, same.
So I'm the happy child.
Mine are still alive, but I mean,
I'm not there, Pecos.
lizard folk civilization is not like parenting isn't like other civilization.
Mine are extra dead.
Extra dead. Yeah.
They're super dead.
Alright.
Super
Like,
dead.
they died in my time, but now, like, they would have been dead anyways. And I would have been dead, like, a lot, too.
Just lots of dead
Unless
things.
Unless you're a lich, but that's the
I am
point.
human.
Oh, you can still be a lich.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, you gotta die to become a lich, but
Yeah, but you become undead, so.
What are the logistics of becoming a lich?
What about becoming a lich?
Like, what are the logistics? Like, how does one become a lich? Like, you die and then what happens?
You have to
You make a
separate out
Voldemort.
to your yeah.
You what?
Yeah, you make a Horcrux.
Yeah. I mean that's pretty much it.
So, y'all cool if I roll up a lich for the next campaign?
No, absolutely not. Liches
Yeah,
are
you get a lich.
super evil. Maybe for the Eagle Sergei campaign, you could roll up a lich in a couple levels.
yep, I'm gonna play a paladin when you play a lich.
It's
gonna be great. It's gonna be fucking great.
All right.
Some
So,
rolls.
are you guys headed to Baloria then?
Well, it's not Tressus
Oh,
or
yeah, I
the
suppose we
Isle,
can
so
go back to
we're
the-
rested.
But isn't Floria the way where we like maybe the dragon thing, black thing, whatever the flying thing was going? Kinda.
You have no idea.
Can you? I mean, I'm sure we didn't get a good look at the thing, but can you like describe it a little more? It was just a black thing with wings, like.
It shot up super fast. It was black with wings. You'd say it probably wasn't like a I guess it had a generally humanoid form, like it had 2 arms
Oh.
and 2 legs.
Oh, for fuck's sake, kittens.
I
But it
thought this
wasn't-
thing was huge.
Yeah, you
I
were, I was
mean,
thinking beast.
it was probably. It was probably. I want to say it's bigger than large. So whatever the next side over large is, so
Huge.
probably like
You just like a giant.
12. Is it like that big? I feel like it's. I don't want it to be like large. It's not quite as large. It's. I mean,
If we
Extra
chose to fight
medium.
it right then and there, what size would the token have been?
it would have been. It would have been 3x3.
I think large goes up to 12, or because of the 15, and then huge is like 15 to 25.
Yeah, I think it's like it'd
Oh,
be
yeah,
like
large.
17, 18 feet tall. 17, 18 feet tall, maybe then.
Yeah, it was pretty damn
It'd be big. But it did
Like the
have
size
2
of, like,
arms,
a
2 legs,
hill
and some
giant.
really big wings. Okay, yeah, I guess.
So it's a flying giant.
Sort
That's
of.
that's
yeah.
what our
It-
understanding of it is. It's a flying giant.
with wings.
That's where I get flying.
Hey, it's fucking D&D. It can fly without wings if it knows magic.
Fuck you.
Anything can fly without wings, so.
It's true. Shoulders can fly without wings.
Actually, let me look and see something real quick, and I will give you a definite answer.
Yeah, because if it's not about that size you just described, if it's any smaller, I'm probably not going to be quite as scared as I was playing.
Nope, it'd be considered huge.
Well, we're all fucking dead.
No, you're not dead if you run away from it.
Yeah, you know, not if we stay away from it.
I mean, are we going to stay away from it?
We're in a
Cree is
country
currently
from-
untying the ropes from the ship. The sail's up, the ropes are getting taken down. If no one's on the ship, the gangplank's next.
I'm good. I got spider climb.
I'm still on the ship, so I haven't left.
Oh wait, did you guys all come back?
No.
I was gonna say, I thought you were still at, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cree leaves
I think
one
we go
rope
back
and the
to-
gangplank, and he's tapping his claw on the ground.
Well, what do you say, Captain? Do we do this?
Far away from Juco Isles. It's far away from Tressus. I see no reason not to.
Let's do it.
Zach, I like your just... So just pathing? We'll fuck with the things
All right,
pathing.
guys.
Then,
So
I say.
you get onto the ship, and this is probably where we'll end. You're a week of downtime.
A week of downtime.
So prepare. Prepare what you want to buy
Yeah, for
and
sure.
get for the week of downtime.
Okay.
And we'll go from there because.
So we start the
guess
next
you guys
session
are
with
gonna have-
shopping. Woohoo!
Yes. So
We haven't.
Or
got-
we just
I guess if Kalaya,
Shopping
if
stream.
Kalaya does want to go to, we'll do that next stream because everyone's gonna be shopping. So.
can we just shop in Discord and then just have stuff?
Yeah. I mean,
it's not a terrible
that works
idea. It's
too,
not
but-
exactly shopping's not exactly the most entertaining thing. No, no rule says we have to do it on stream.
That's what I'm saying. We all just, you give us a general idea of what's carried, and we'll all just say, okay, we bought this, and we'll have it at the beginning of stream next week.
Yeah, mine's not shopping.
a general. I need
Yeah,
to
not
know
yours.
what you guys are looking for. Like, I need to have an idea of what you guys are looking for, though, because if it's
Yeah.
what's available in Codec, because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, nothing crazy. The extra rations when I realized what amount that was already bought. I mean, just simple stuff. I got no big buys or enchanted items I'm trying to buy right now.
Anything that's in the player's handbook, you guys can get easy enough. So if you want to buy from there,
Yeah, that basically kills all my shopping. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm really just gonna need rations as well.
I bought rations before this, so I don't really need to buy anything. I'm probably going to buy more arrows, just in case. Arrows are good.
7 million.
all right.
7 million gold Ollie has in chat now.
He is crazy.
Love it.
Did he
Jackin'.
gamble all
How
and
does
double
he
it?
do it?
Yes. Well,
Jackin'.
not all.
Fuck you, Ollie!
Fucking Ollie.
I don't understand.
Anyway.
I'm so confused.
Anyway. Okay, yeah. Thanks for another awesome session, kittens.
Thank you.
It's the campaign's good when you don't need combat to have it a freaking awesome session.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Yay!
No
I
combat
do
and
need
it's
combat
still
for
a
Kree
super
to stop being a dick, though.
fun. Okay, well we figured out the
Hey.
solution there.
Or he needs to give something a dicking.
But he doesn't have a dick. How does he dick something down if he
It
doesn't
won't.
have a dick?
Having sex, even if we have the right parts, will not scratch the itch that's making him cranky.
Get cream for that.
Wow, we would.
That's what the doctor told me, but I'm still scratching.
All right. Well, if that's it, guys, fantastic
All right.
session, and we'll pick back up next week.
All right.
Thank
I'm
you,
glad you guys had
guys.
fun.
Yes, thanks, kittens.
Thank
Alright.
you.
See you next
Bye-bye.
week.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so for those of you that are watching the past broadcasts or watching on YouTube, that is the end of our session. Thank you for tuning in and being a part of our amazing roleplay and our amazing homebrew campaign, Corvania. Tune in next week.
Call me princess again and you'll be picking your teeth up off the floor.
Now
Not-
tell me where Garrus is. Tune in next week when we pick up with episode 11. Until then, been fun. Peace out.